listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, the most positive business talk show in America. Best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of the Extreme Customer Service Directory, Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, are inspiring you to get your business right. They know that customer experience isn't just another thing, it's the only thing. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Good morning and welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you along with us. Can't help it. I just got a peek into the news today.
Yeah.
And oh boy, it's going to make me laugh.
It's going to make you laugh?
It is. Let's say hello to Denver. Hi, Denver.
Hi, Denver.
You're listening to 1690 KDMT, Denver's Money Talk, and this is your home for positive business talk. Can't help it. The headline that just came across the wire.
What is that?
Well, before we do that, we have to play the music.
Oh, do we have to?
You know what time it is.
I thought you were just going to jump right into telling us what was making you giggle.
Can't help it because it makes me giggle. It's time for You Choose the News, the top of the hour game show that we like to play that really doesn't have a lot to do with relevant news, but it's news nonetheless. Sweet Pea Rambo. That's story number one.
Sweet Pea
Rambo.
Huh.
Story number one. Number two, bacon vodka.
Okay.
And number three, yes, we took your money. No, we don't know how to get it back to you.
No, you can't have it back. How about Sweet Pea Rambo?
Sweet Pea Rambo is the world's ugliest dog. The headline reads, and this is what got me giggling at the very top of the hour. World's ugliest dog, Sweet Pea Rambo, has bowed legs, oozing sore. In Sonoma, Arizona, Sweet Pea Rambo is a sight to see with her bowed legs, oozing sore, and a tongue that protrudes out the side of her mouth. So impressive is this 7-year-old Chinese crested Chihuahua that she won this year's Petaluma's World's Ugliest Dog Contest. The contest, now in its 28th year in the Sonoma Marin Fairgrounds, paired 15 of the most malformed pooches around to compete in the prestigious pup competition.
The world's ugliest dog competition, and people enter their dogs into
you know
this?
that I love tuna. Everybody loves tuna, right? Tuna melts my heart.
He's a goofy-looking dog.
Check out tunameltsmyheart.com, folks. Amazing. Did
Tuna participate in the contest?
I don't know. I don't have any information on that. You know,
Tuna is a goofy-looking dog.
Well, tuna has an overbite or an underbite or both of those bites working simultaneously. But Tuna is an adorable dog with an adorable owner who loves Tuna so much that she's made him a celebrity, and she takes him everywhere and all that. Back to the world's ugliest dog competition. The dogs are judged on bad appearance, a host of inherited or acquired maladies, stench, and even complexion. Sweet Pea had it all going. With her mohawk and diapers, blind in both eyes, the 4-pound pup, as always, had the heart of her owner, Jason Wirtz, 44 of Encino, California, who called her a ride-or-die chick in his contest paperwork. Participants voted online for their choices, viewing photos and a description of each dog. When Sweet Pea's name was announced as the winner, Wirtz's brother Jeffrey shouted her name, crying all the way, while holding up his homemade sign that said, Sweet Pea Rambo for President 2016. Another dog sported a gold tuft reminiscent of certain presidential candidate. Whether you love him or loathe him, a vote for Himisibo is a vote for a dog that looks like Donald Trump. That's funny. Sweet Pea with her oozing sore.
Right?
Holy. All right, so bacon vodka, or yes, we took your money, but we don't know how.
Bacon vodka.
How long it's going to take to get it back. Bacon vodka. Well, first of all, let's just say bacon vodka.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that sounds good.
Bacon.
Except that the manager of the Pump Bar near Paseo Arts District in Oklahoma City was recently arrested for infusing the bar's liquors with other flavors, including bacon, jalapenos, and garlic. Arrested for infusing the vodka.
What was the crime?
Infusing the vodka. I'll explain. The bar's owner, Ian McDermott, is fighting a criminal charge against his employee, but he's also asked the state to determine whether establishments like him can add fruit, vegetables, spices, and cured meats to alcohol. Apparently, it's against the law. At the Pump Bar, brunchtime Bloody Marys are served with vodka enhanced with either bacon slices or jalapeno garlic combinations. Or they were until a local police officer stepped in. You should see the look on the people's faces. The last one, you say, my manager went to county lockup for 3 days because we put strips of bacon inside a bottle of vodka. During June's ABLE commission meeting, Director Keith Burt said he hadn't received a notice from the Oklahoma Police Department about the arrest, but they decided to hold off on answering questions. If the restaurants are doing something unlawful,
this is like one of those where you're not allowed to eat cheeseburgers while standing in the middle of the road.
It kind of seems like it,
right?
Yeah.
But the fact that they are actually upholding it and
Right.
taking time, out of whatever else other crimes are being committed.
Yeah.
Because he put bacon in the vodka.
Quote, if the restaurants are doing something unlawful, then they need to be notified that it's unlawful. There are dozens of restaurants throughout the state of Oklahoma that are infusing drinks, so if it's illegal, then someone has neglected to tell them.
But ignorance of the law is no excuse, to just tell you that there is a law. If you don't know the law, that's not an excuse for breaking the law.
It's true, but failure to enforce the law and then enforcing it sporadically is equally challenging, I think. All right, and finally, Comcast admits to wrongfully taking $1,775 from a man's account. And when he calls about it, says, please, may I have my money? They laugh at him. This man is still waiting for the $1,775 the broadband provider improperly took from his bank account. The customer, identified only as Robert, said Comcast representatives admit that the money should not have been debited from his account, but none of the cash has been returned to him. This reported by Consumerist. Robert said that he signed up for a 2-year business tier contract in early 2011, but he downgraded his service in 2014 to a lower rate. He canceled his Comcast service not long afterward, believing correctly that he was out of his contract. Several weeks later, Consumers reported the company withdrew $1,775.44 from the checking account tied to Robert's canceled broadband service to pay an early termination fee. He contacted the provider, said Comcast representatives admitted the blank contract was created in error and promised to return the money by check. To date, several years later, he still has not received that check.
Wow.
And when he calls about it, the rep actually laughed when I told her I didn't get a check yet. She says it would take 3 months. Wow.
Okay, but maybe now it's forthcoming.
It could be.
Maybe now. Maybe with some back interest.
It could be. Sweet Pea Rambo.
We did Sweet Pea
and
Rambo.
her oozing sores.
Right. And, okay, so, interesting. Yeah. Lots of fun little tidbits going on just to kind of motivate and upload us this morning.
And finally, would you get into and ride down a glass slide on top of one of LA's highest sized skyscrapers?
Oh, this is another one of those glass bridges.
It is a glass slide that goes from one floor to another. Yeah.
Outside.
The soon-to-be open glass slide of the exterior of Los Angeles skyscraper was filmed being tested by thrill seekers on the 70th floor.
So it goes outside. It's like a little tube.
It's only 45 feet long. Takes riders from the 70th to the 69th floor on the U.S. Bank Tower. But it is glass, and so you are looking down 700 feet, right?
Mm-hmm. Did you see the fun little video of people on the glass bridge and they are freaking out?
Having to be dragged.
Right.
Yeah.
They just get out there and just their mind cannot fathom. Like their mind
I am that guy.
right? I see that this is the ground. I should not be here. Everything. The mind is very powerful.
I am that guy, and I never thought that I was. When I was a kid, I would climb rocks at Joshua Tree National Monument. I would go really high and do all kinds of crazy stuff. And when I'm on ground level and I'm climbing, and no problem. But if I turn around and look down, yeah. And I don't think I can. I know that I couldn't do that slide or anything. Mind
over matter. You got it. You've got it. You're right.
If you don't mind, I ain't doing that matter.
Okay.
All right, folks, we got to take a quick break, but good news is we've got 3 hours of positive business talk just ahead. You're listening to Angel and Eric. This is the Experience Pros Radio Show on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 KDMT.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, America's home for positive business talk.
Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
As the school year draws to a close, so many parents are wondering how they'll help their kids occupy their time without the influence of TV, video games, and the internet. This year, consider summer camps for your teen. For a limited time, our chief bargain hunter is featuring a half-priced camper tuition to Chile Camps, located close to home in Estes Park. Activities your teen will experience during their camp stay include hiking, horseback riding, backpacking, whitewater rafting, and so much more. What better way to discover new strengths without outside pressures or expectations than to get out of the city and come camp at Camp Chile. Camper spots are only open for girls ages 12 to 14 and are filling up fast. This summer, come enjoy the fresh Rocky Mountain air at Camp Chile. To purchase, visit summercampbargains.com or just click the Bargain Hunter link on 710knus.com or krks.com. Summercampbargains.com. Again, that's summercampbargains.com or just click the Bargain Hunter link on 710knus.com or krks.com.
Two of the greatest concerns that most Americans have, especially as they grow older, are their health and their financial well-being. America's Wellness Clinic is dedicated to providing sensible healthcare solutions and practical wealth-building strategies. Medicare's annual wellness visit is the flagship of the clinic's health-related services. They pay 100% for the visit with zero copay. America's Wellness Clinic also offers Beamer technology, an application that boosts circulation, regenerative abilities for injuries, and increases mental acuity. And America's Wellness Clinic provides a simple test that reveals which prescription drugs will work best for you. And what about your financial well-being? America's Wellness Clinic provides continuous seminars and information about reverse mortgages, insurance, tax and estate planning, long-term care, housing transitions, and alternative investments. Let America's Wellness Clinic provide you with sensible health and wealth solutions. Call 303-985-4604 or visit them online at americaswellnessclinic.com.
Hi, this is Master Gunnery Sergeant Jeff Cooper. I also am a listener to 710 KNUS. After my wife and I survived a near-death head-on motorcycle crash, we called attorney Jeremy Cave for help. He worked day and night to get us what we were entitled to. Unlike a lot of attorneys today, Jeremy Cave makes house calls. He's been there for us every step of the way. Jeremy understands that many of you folks who listen to this station prefer to have a lawyer who sees things from your point of view. Well, I certainly do. I think it's time to put the personal back into handling personal injury. For more information, visit cavelawyer.com. Again, that's cavelawyer.com.
Jeremy Cave only gets paid when you do. Call Cave Law now for a free at-home consultation. 720-213-3737. If you're injured in an accident, call 720-213-3737 or check out the brand new website, cavelawyer.com. That's cavelawyer.com. Personal and caring service from Cave Law. Call Jeremy today, 720-213-3737.
What's for dinner?
You're exhausted after a long day at work and a heck of a commute. The last thing you want to do is cook a meal. You need Chef Curry's Cuisine. Chef Curry's Cuisine can make family dinner fun again by preparing home-cooked meals by a local Denver chef. Chef Curry will do the shopping, cook 2 weeks of Monday through Friday dinners, provide the packaging and cleanup too. All of Chef Curry's meals are made with the freshest ingredients, and you get to choose them from a large variety of proteins and sides. So, next time you hear,
What's for dinner?
You can say Chef Curry's Cuisine. No more hassles, just healthy, fresh meals for you to enjoy. Visit chefcurryscuisine.com and get details on weekly menus, along with brand new catering options for your private parties or office functions. Or call 720-404-2798. That's 720-404-2798. Go on, add some spice to your meals. Start with Chef Curry's Cuisine.
Revolutionizing the way people treat people in business. The Experience Pros, America's home for positive business talk.
Hey, welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 KDMT. Beautiful day here in Denver. We all have to operate off a budget, right?
Yes, we do.
I mean, we should.
Are you working on your budget?
I know. But we should be doing that. How do you? I mean, when you do a budget, oftentimes you find that you spend more than you make. Whoops, and the numbers go into the red. Do you have any ideas how we can shave off some of that expense?
Well, it's really easy to add up expenses, right? Or to create more expenses. There's always more things to spend money on, but we are limited. Well, a little survey actually asked 5,000 people in Inc.com. They asked how they would tackle this common business problem of how do you shave a little bit from your budget. And here's a few different responses that they got. Keith Bird, the co-founder and CEO of Transportation Impact, says we do 30 trade shows a year. It's our number one expense other than employees, right? Employees is typically about 50% of your budget, or your payroll is. He said, I would definitely cut the number of trade shows we go to. It would force me to pick smarter, quality over quantity.
Interesting.
So just because you do 30, maybe we would drop one or two and pick the highest quality trade shows to
Parker
attend.
Duffy, who's the co-founder of Tailgate Guys, says travel is what we'd cut. We're spending more money these days bringing top managers from each market back to our headquarters to create the connection with the rest of the staff. So his travel expense is an area where he could probably minimize and maybe do a webinar or something like that.
Right, we've seen far more technology coming along, making it possible. And I think that people appreciate even the cut in travel because, in the beginning it seems all fascinating and exciting. We're going to exotic places like Milwaukee, right? But you end up sitting in a conference room and you don't actually ever go outside. And so I think that a lot of people even feel like traveling can be a big waste of time as well as expense.
I see one here. Jennifer and Brett Kramer, the co-founders of the Spice Lab, say if we cut out overtime, we could save 20% tomorrow. Or we could say, hey, everyone needs to take a 10% pay cut. And then I like what they said. They said, let's not go straight for the money. They're working for a living here.
Right. And so, but that was the first thing they came up with was overtime and pay cuts. Again, payroll, probably about 50% of your overall budget, but there are some other things. Jason Wilson, Back 40 Beer, he says, I always expect my vendors and suppliers to be partners in this business with us. And when we have to cut costs, I expect them to share the load. If I can shave a fraction of a percent off 2 or 3 raw materials, it really adds up to a lot. Somebody else said that they would actually review their AdWords campaign, meals and entertainment, client gifts, travel, anything that's not a necessity. He said, I would never cut employee or contractor salaries. I want to make sure that everybody is paid correctly so everyone's morale stays up. The last option would be to scale back officer salaries. He says my co-founder brother would be pretty mad about that.
Yeah, sure.
Right? But when you talk about he says anything that's not a necessity. And what's interesting is when you look at some of the expenses from an accountant's
point of view. Yeah.
They would look at things like client gifts as not a necessity.
Sure.
When we think about the free cookies they give away at the grocery store or the free biscuits they give away at the restaurant.
Yeah, stop doing that.
Right? The accountant is saying, look at how much this is costing.
Right.
And yet it's an attraction. It's actually a prospecting. It's a loyalty perk for rewarding your current customers.
Yeah, going back to the Anthony Saldino, it was the one who mentioned we'd review our AdWords campaign. And the follow-up to that was, he says, we'd pull the funding on the bottom 10 to 15% of the keywords. I think that we need to look at, the bean counters themselves. The accountants can look at those, the free rolls that we give, or the cookies that are attracting both loyalty and new customers, and say, well, they have a role in the marketing and development of the business. If you were to pull that away, then the attraction goes away. And, there's a restaurant in Tennessee, I believe it is, where they throw dinner rolls through the air. And if you want a dinner roll, you put up your hand and some ace pitcher throws you a dinner roll and you catch it. If you take that away, the whole identity of the restaurant goes away. That's the reason people go, is so that they can get pitched a dinner roll, at 50 miles an hour or whatever. So when we're talking about how do you schedule more room in your budget, take a look at the things that aren't performing as well, that aren't multitasking. In this case, the AdWords, the bottom 10 to 15% of keywords.
Yeah, where I think that the majority of our expenses come from that is often overlooked. And if you look at some of the services, the services that you're paying for, like your phone service and your lease and over the years, there's probably been additional fees and hike-ups that have come through in some of the services that we just don't even monitor, that we don't even look at.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think a lot of times, and there are actually people out there, companies out there, that they'll come in as a service, look at all of your expenses, review things like your lease and your phone bills and your light bills and all of these other things, and look at some areas you can tweak. I mean, if you're talking about a 5% budget cut, it's not something major and sweeping like a 30%, right? We're missing out on. And a lot of times, even 5% is something that can be adjusted, maybe with interest payments that you're paying, maybe with some bank loans, and so maybe renegotiating some of the contracts that you already have with some of your service providers can often, without having to cut off advertising, without having to cut off loyalty and customer service perks, or even cutting employees and salaries. And so it's interesting, I think, what some of these people were talking about. I think these are like their quick top of the head answers. We're going to cut travel. We're going to cut our trade shows. We're going to cut our marketing. Marketing's always the first one that people want to cut, because you think that there isn't a, that if we've already built it, they will come. But there's a reason that the major companies are still advertising. Why you still see Coca-Cola and Pepsi doing the advertising wars. Sure. Why you see all the fast food chains, the insurance companies, because once they're on top, they want to stay on top.
That's right.
And you don't want to delete that line item. And if you do, make sure it's only temporary.
Yeah, not every item brings in like kind return or greater. Experience Pros Radio Show, always fueled by Fan Braggin. If you'd like to learn more about Fan Braggin, it's quite simple. You simply say something nice about somebody else in business. Katie Myers did that. She says, Grace and I have the unbelievable opportunity to be a part of the Blog Pause Conference. The Sheridan and Wild Horse Pass has been incredibly accommodating. Every detail taken care of. That's a fan brag. You can do it too. Call 855-FAN-BRAG right now and let us know who's getting it right for you. We'll talk about your business as well. Back after this.
America's home for positive business talk. You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Contact them on the web at Experience.
Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no
The Colorado Business Roundtable brings you Connect and Collaborate weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 a.m. Hear from key leaders in Colorado's business community, advocating for proactive business policies that strengthen the economy and help business grow and thrive in Colorado, as well as helping to make Colorado the best place to live now and for generations to come. Connect and Collaborate weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. right here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 and Money Talk 1690.com. Colorado has the most dynamic business people. Join us on 1690 Denver's Money Talk every Saturday from 8 to 10 a.m. for Pro Business Colorado. Dave Tabor will be speaking with Colorado's dynamic business people who will share their stories of successes and failures, fascinating insights on what goes on behind the scenes, tips and advice, and other personal small business insights. Join us on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 a.m. every Saturday from 8 to 10 a.m. to be inspired, motivated, informed, and entertained with people who believe in the entrepreneurial dream.
Did your financial advisor lose 30% or more of your life savings during the last market crash? Are you afraid it could happen again? I'm Pastor David Mitchell, founder of Tradeway. Tradeway specializes in teaching you how to cut out the middleman and take control of your money. At our first event, Step 1, Start Your Journey, you'll learn how business principles from the Bible, combined with our powerful skill sets for stock trading, can give you the ability to make informed financial decisions for your family. Having control can give you peace of mind even in an uncertain market, because nobody cares as much about your hard-earned money as you do. Tradeway, you'll learn to reach your biggest goals by taking small steps.
Coming to the Embassy Suites Denver Tech Center July 8th and 9th. Only $99.95 for your entire household, plus a free ticket for a friend and a full money-back guarantee. To register, call 877-907-TRADE. That's 877-907-8723. Or go to Tradeway.com. That's Tradeway.com.
As the school year draws to a close, so many parents are wondering how they will help their kids occupy their time without the influence of TV, video games, and the internet. This year, consider Chile, Colorado Camps for your child or teen. Located close to home in Estes Park, Chile, Colorado Camps believes that every summer in a young person's life is a window of opportunity. An opportunity to provide meaningful experiences that will nourish their body and spirit. An opportunity to put aside the competitive demands of school and sports. Chile, Colorado Camps will take the time to make sure your child or teen slows down and explores the world around them. At Chile, Colorado Camps, your child or teen will go hiking, horseback riding, backpacking, whitewater rafting, and so much more. What better way to discover new strengths without outside pressures or expectations than to get out of the city and come camp at Chile, Colorado Camps? For more information or to sign up for camp this year, visit Chile.com. Again, that's Chile.com.
Can you hear your garage door shake, rattle, and roll throughout your home every single time it goes up or goes down? Hi, this is Dave Logan. I talked to Don at Don's Garage Door about this problem, and they have new garage door systems that are really quiet. Now, I've used Don's Garage Doors in my house, found them to be knowledgeable and fairly priced. They're great. You should call them at 303-794-0604, 303-794-0604, or check out donsgaragedoors.com. Hi, this is Dave Logan for Don's Garage Doors. You know, putting in a new garage door not only increases the curb appeal of your home, but it also makes it easier to sell. I was talking to Don the other day, and he told me it's the best investment, dollar for dollar, that you can make in your home. All I know is that I've had Don's Garage Door out to my home, and I trust him. Great work at a great price. Call Don's Garage Door today at 303-794-0604, or you can check him out at donsgaragedoors.com.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a business revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin story of great customer service by using the hashtag FanBrag or calling the Fan Braggin hotline at 855-FAN-BRAG, FANBRAG. Now back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Denver, welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. We're very happy that you are tuned in with us today. High of 92 degrees, partly cloudy. A stray severe thunderstorm is possible with northwest winds shifting to northeast to 10 to 15 miles an hour. Going to be a beautiful, beautiful week with, as we've come into the cycle now, the afternoon thunderstorm is just going to be part of the deal.
It is, and
Yep.
now welcome to Colorado.
That's exactly right.
Exactly.
It's not the buck 12 that it was in Phoenix when we went down there over the weekend. So, count your blessings.
You delivered that news very, very well.
Yeah.
It's going to be beautiful. We're going to have some
That's right.
some bad rain showers that are going to mess with the day. But you delivered it. You got it in. You got it out. We
Positive
don't feel
business talk.
right. We don't feel like it ruined the whole day. Have you heard this phrase? Deliver good news fast and bad news faster.
Yes, I am aware of that phrase.
You are? I hadn't heard of it. I liked it. Deliver good news fast and bad news faster. What should you do as the boss when you have to deliver bad news to your team?
I used to ask the question, and it was through the painful experience of discovering for myself, when is a good time to deliver bad news? Sooner rather than later.
Right.
And now apparently faster.
Speed is crucial, they say, in these situations. The best thing you can do is pick up the phone or set up that in-person meeting right away and have that conversation. Here's a couple of things, though, that you should not do when you are delivering bad news.
Number one, don't sugarcoat it. It's one of the biggest mistakes you can make when delivering bad news. Don't try to manufacture a silver lining. Lay out the facts. Let the people do the math on their own. You get more credibility by doing it that way.
And don't make it about you. The reason that delivering bad news never gets any easier is because there's a human on the other side of that conversation.
That's right.
Let's hope it never gets easier
Right.
to deliver bad news. It means you're desensitized to the whole thing. A lot of people say, I feel terrible about this, or this is so hard for me to do, but don't make that mistake, because this isn't about you. It's one of those, this is the hardest thing I've ever had to do.
Yeah, this is going to hurt me more than it is
Right?
you.
It doesn't.
No, it's not.
No, it doesn't. Right? It's not about you. It's about them. And of course, no one likes getting, putting people down or delivering bad news.
Sure.
But your feelings are not what matters here. Your job is to communicate the information in a way that people can react to it in a way that works best for them. That's interesting. You're to communicate the information in a way that people can react to it in a way that works best for them.
Yeah.
So if they need a
think
moment,
this thing through.
silence, or if they need, to express themselves, you have to allow for them to express it.
Absolutely. If your bad news affects a group, tell everyone at once. Whenever possible, get everyone together and have one clear conversation. Takes away the opportunity for misinformation to spread during the time of individual conversations, and also gives everyone a chance to discuss questions in the open, creating greater transparency. The worst thing that could possibly happen is you tell Joe tells Susie tells Sally, and before you know it, the telephone game has happened, and everybody's getting fired. Whoa, no, Joe got fired. Joe.
Did you ever, you have two kids, so I don't know if this happened a lot to you, but you tell one kid more than once, and you always miss one, telling one kid. So when you've got a group, right, somebody gets the information twice, and then somebody misses it completely.
I think that's a mother of twins thing.
Is it?
It could be. You told the same girl once or twice.
But even Michael. Sometimes I even get Michael, and if nobody's around. So that's it. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't make it about you, and make sure you tell everybody at the same time. They say handling difficult. Try that again.
Okay.
Handling difficult conversations well is crucial to mitigate any damaging effects and exhibit effective leadership. But poorly delivered bad news can make or break ongoing relationships. And I do think if you've got bad news to share, get it out quickly. Don't let it fester. Don't let it turn into something else that it isn't. give them some space once you've had a chance to process it before you've shared it, and make sure you just allow them some space and some grace for how they react and respond. Their initial reaction is not their most thoughtful reaction, and we all know that we can't control our first thought, but we can control our second. Right? Sometimes that first thought, that first facial expression, or that first verbal, the verbal reaction that comes out, like once we have had a chance to breathe, pause, marinate on it, even sleep on it, we can come back and realize this isn't the worst thing that has happened. Relationships you build at work are bigger than the building, and they're even bigger than the company. Communicating the good and the bad in a fair and respectful way is how you build a connection that can last a lifetime. Being the bearer of bad news from a position of honesty, respect, and empathy will not make the process any less painful, but it is the right way to go.
Well, and there you go. Thank you for bringing that. You're familiar with Costco, yes?
Sure.
Well, Costco has recently switched from accepting American Express to not accepting American Express, and now only accepting Visa. They are not accepting MasterCard, only Visa. And sometimes these larger discount stores like Costco, Sam's, they do that. They have a loyal agreement with one of the card companies.
Right, and they've made we talked a little bit earlier about cutting your budget. Yeah. Your merchant services, it can be a big line item, and a quick and easy way to renegotiate that contract to cut expenses.
Well, Costco switched from Amex to Visa is off to a rocky start. I was having a conversation with a former Costco devotee, loyal patron of Costco, but the minute that they switched from Amex to Visa, they migrated to Sam's and never will look back.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't carry Visa.
Outraged customers vented on social media Wednesday about problems with their new Costco credit cards. They complained that they couldn't open the new accounts and couldn't pay existing balances that were transferred to the new cards. The switch was supposed to be automatic and seamless. The new card was touted as a plus for customers when it was first announced, since it offers a more generous cashback program than the American Express version did. So far, all it's done is cause major headaches. Costco Anywhere Visa Card by Citi rolled out on Monday after Costco dropped its long-standing partnership with Amex. In a statement Wednesday, Citi said that it sent over 11 million cards to Costco members. Due to the tremendous response, some customers experienced delays reaching customer service. However, call volumes are starting to return to normal, said a spokesperson. The new card has no annual fee, as well as better cash back program. For example, it gives 4% back on the first $7,000 of gas that a customer purchases per year, and 1% on purchases after that. It also offers more rewards for restaurant and travel purchases. Too bad customers are having trouble using the cards. Costco and Visa could not be reached for comment when this article was written in money.cnn.com. The conversation as it rolled out last night was, why would they do that? And let's just say that they're offering a 0.5% discount or 0.5% fee, and the other card was 3.5%. Do they really believe, does Costco really believe that they're going to lose less than 3%, of their customers or whatever? And what I'm hearing through the grapevine and now validated through CNN is that customers are hacked off. They're just, you made me change, and now the change isn't going smoothly.
You know what? This is one of those credit card, first world credit card problems, right?
Sure it is.
Right.
And I said to the guy that I was
it's a membership club, right?
That's right.
Right. You pay to be a member, and you follow the rules, and you play by the membership rules.
And many of the members, this gentleman that I'm talking to last night, decided, okay, I don't want to play by the rules anymore, so I'm going to play by the rules of another club. And you
get to,
so
all right? And you totally get to. But, we're all up in arms. Oh my gosh, I have to change my credit card. And, this is not the worst thing. This is not a terrible thing.
No.
In fact, this is not even a slightly bad thing. It is slightly inconvenient for all of 3 minutes. That's all I have to say about that. He's like taking a drink. He's like, I'm not swallowing. Right? You know, and it's true. We don't like change. Right? And we fear change. And we think that as the masses, you know, we get to control the decisions that are made by the higher ups in the company, right? By moving our dollars over there, then move your dollars over there. And end of story.
And there you have it. Mm-hmm. All right, folks, don't go anywhere. More positive business talk just on the other side. You're listening to Angel and Eric, and this is the Experience Pros Radio Show. Even more importantly, it's Denver's Money Talk, 1690 KDMT. We appreciate you.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
You've heard of the show Shark Tank, but you need to be aware of the real sharks out there. To grow your business, you need money yesterday, but the banks aren't helping. Hard money lending is the answer, but look out. There are sharks in the water. Attorney and CPA Steve Replin will help you navigate the waters, avoid the sharks, and best of all, get you the money. Avoid the chum. Check out hardmoneycoaching.com. 303-322-7919. That's 303-322-7919.
This is Michael Medved for townhall.com. If Donald Trump wants to revive his faltering campaign, he should make a bold move and offer the vice presidential nomination to Paul Ryan, even with the understanding that the House Speaker probably won't accept it. The gesture of honoring Ryan in this way would make it clear that Trump wants to cooperate with his party's most important leaders from now on, rather than constantly confronting them. If Ryan respectfully declines, Trump could choose another figure to mainstream his candidacy, like Governors Susana Martinez of New Mexico, Brian Sandoval of Nevada, Nikki Haley of South Carolina, or John Kasich of Ohio. Reports say Chris Christie and Newt Gingrich top current lists of potential running mates, but these two failed presidential candidates bring an abrasive style and histories of scandal that mirror Trump's own. Polls show some 40% of Republicans still want another candidate for president, but a reassuring Veep choice before the convention could help unify the party. I'm Michael Medved.
Take it like it is and make it like you want it. You've heard that before, right? Well, that applies to your home too, but maybe you don't know exactly how to get it done or what the options might be. Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. How about starting with a call to us? For over 30 years, our family company has been designing and completing first-rate kitchens and baths that, frankly, your neighbors would be jealous of. Where to start, Todd?
Dad, they just need to call us. We can help, and now's the time. At Done Right, we offer only the finest cabinet resurfacing, custom cabinets, tub and shower upgrades, and full kitchen and bath redesigns. Simply call us for a free in-home estimate, and you'll see how your unique kitchen and bath fantasies will become your reality.
Come on, folks, get her done. Once and for all. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, and even replacement windows and doors. You have our word. We'll treat you right at Done Right. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com.
I founded Go Sober because traditional treatment doesn't treat the condition that makes it difficult for some people to stay away from alcohol. Alcohol is a chemical. Over time, too much of it causes a biochemical change in reward response. And until that change reverses, it's impossible to go very long without thinking about drinking. That's the failure mechanism. It's not a willpower or a character problem. It's persistent nagging that undermines the desire to remain sober. Talking about change or denying access does nothing to stop it. At Go Sober, treatment is real simple. Alcohol dependence develops simply from consuming a lot of alcohol over a long period of time. We treat it with other chemicals, medications that restore the normal reward response. These medications stop the thinking about drinking so people can get on with it. Call us to find out what we're all about. You'll gain useful information regardless.
That was Greg Hoffman, founder of Go Sober. Call Go Sober at 303-827-4837 or visit their website at gosober.org. That's 303-827-4837 or www.gosober.org.
Let's talk about America's Wellness Clinic, where they are addressing two of the greatest concerns today, especially as people get older: health and financial well-being. Feeling perpetually unfocused, sluggish, tired, or exhausted? For about the same cost as a daily cup of coffee, America's Wellness Clinic offers applications that can boost blood circulation, enhance energy, reduce stress, manage sleep, help mental acuity, and give regenerative abilities for sports and work injuries. Over 100,000 Americans die each year from adverse prescription drug reactions. America's Wellness Clinic provides a simple test that reveals which prescription drugs will work best for you. Soon, America's Wellness Clinic will be providing a non-invasive cancer predisposition test, analyzing 31 genes linked to 8 of the most prevalent and devastating cancers. And what about your financial well-being? The professionals at America's Wellness Clinic provide continuous seminars and information about reverse mortgages, insurance, tax and estate planning, long-term care, college funding sources, alternative investments, and much more. Let America's Wellness Clinic provide you with sensible health and wealth solutions. Call 303-985-4604 or visit them online at americaswellnessclinic.com. If you own a small business, you know that bookkeeping is tedious, and frankly, it's not how you want to spend your time. Let Winter Mountains Bookkeeping and Tax step in and customize a plan to fit your company's needs. Whether it's payroll use, sales and withholding taxes, financial statements, or banking, Winter Mountains Bookkeeping and Tax will free you up to focus on growing your business. Ask about their offer for free tax prep for next year, too. Call Winter Mountains Bookkeeping and Tax at 720-998-1830 or visit wintermountainstax.com. That's 720-998-1830. Winter Mountains Bookkeeping and Taxes done right.
This is the Experience Pros Radio Show. Got an opinion or want to ask us a question? Email radio@experiencepros.com or message us on the Experience Pros Facebook page, and we'll interact with you live on the show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. We do want to interact with you live. Call 855-FAN-BRAG right now and let us know who's getting it right. We'll talk to you, and then we'll talk to you about your business as well. According to Christina Dismarius, of all the traits a person can possess, there is one that may be more highly correlated with success.
Oh, of all the traits, one is
it rhymes.
Oh, is it a little Dr. Seussy?
I don't know. Kind of.
Kind of?
Yeah.
Well, they say that confidence, actually, according to this article, Christina says confidence may be the most highly correlated with success. It helps a person take risks and pursue opportunities.
Okay.
And compared with insecure people, right? Those who are confident are perceived as more attractive and tend to have a larger circle of high quality relationships.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
Confident people are more attractive.
Yes.
Right? They just attract.
No question.
They attract people. They attract good things. I don't know. I don't know.
They're more attractive.
Right? Yeah.
You think of confidence versus mousy. Right? Go for confidence every time.
All right. So here are actually some things that confident people always say. So let's see if you are confident enough to use these phrases on a regular basis. Number one, I wouldn't worry about it.
I say that.
Do you?
I think so.
A confident friend, go to a confident friend with a list of what ifs or reasons why something may turn out badly, and you'll likely hear this kind of reassurance. I wouldn't worry about it. It's because confident people generally don't worry. They understand that even if something goes wrong, we'll handle it.
That's exactly right.
It's the persistent feeling that regardless of what happens, good or bad, we're going to get through it.
I learned at an early age that worry is not just a problem. I actually have a stress-related kind of a disease kind of a thing that worry is bad for me. So I don't worry. As a matter of self-sustenance, I tend not to. There are some people who just worry about everything. I am the opposite of that. I worry about nothing. And I think part of that is if something does go wrong, we'll deal with it. That's kind of the way I do. I live my life.
All right, here's another phrase that confident people always say. Go for it.
You can do it.
You can. Get a little Cheech and Chong in
Go
there.
for
right?
it. Along with a lack of anxiety comes a sense of optimism. If we're not going to worry about it, then let's do it.
All right, what's the worst thing that can happen? I was on the airplane the other day with a gentleman who's lived in Parker, Colorado for most of his life, and he's actually thinking of relocating to another state.
Okay.
And but, he was out there, he was visiting and, not sure, right? Not sure about all of it. And we talked to him, and so what if you end up out here and you don't like it? It's not a permanent decision.
You could move back.
You could move back. Yeah,
sure.
It's something's going to bound to happen. And
it's only money.
Well, it's not.
Every move is a lot of money.
Well, but it's not about that.
Well, it may or may not be, but that's one of the concerns, and I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't think that was one of his concerns.
Okay.
Right? There was other issues in there, right? But it's going to be fine. How about this? Doing it this way works for me. This is a phrase that confident people always say. So they don't feel compelled to conform against, for acceptance and, well, everybody else is doing it this way. It's the central beauty of confidence, the calm self-assurance that makes others want to follow. So doing it this way works for me.
Yeah, that calm self-assurance that makes others want to follow implies, and I agree with it, that whether or not you use those words, doing it this way works for me, this is the way I'm doing it, and because you're confident, I will follow you, leader.
How about why not me is another phrase.
Interesting.
Instead of waiting around for the next opportunity, confident people seek it out. They'll make the phone call. They'll pick up the phone. They're not waiting for somebody else to make it happen. Maybe it's building the right relationships, asking for a promotion, or otherwise taking a leap of faith. Confident people have a vision for the future, and they chart their own path to get there.
I agree with that.
Here's another phrase that confident people say. I need to say something.
What do you need to say?
They take a stand when it comes to a matter of right and wrong, yet they possess the wisdom to understand which battles are worth fighting. That said, they'll often back down graciously if proven wrong, or even if others' viewpoints need to stand out more than their own.
It is often the case that I will need to say something, and I say something without having all the facts. And then it is pointed out to me that I don't have all the facts, and therefore what I need to say really wasn't all that appropriate. Backing down gracefully is something I'm working on.
My husband has this series of DVDs on personal protection, so talking about how to protect yourself in case of altercations, in a terrorist situation, a burglary situation, a bully situation, that kind of thing. And a lot of what this gentleman talks about, in not necessarily, it just kind of fits here just a little bit, but the fight you're going to win is the fight you don't get into.
Yeah, diffusing language.
Right? And so, walking away.
Right.
Right? Even, just because they're wrong and you are correct does not mean we have to participate in this conversation. And so there's a lot of, in these videos, of walking away and allowing, just not participating. And I think confident people know that too. Not every battle is worth fighting.
That's true.
Right? Allow somebody else to have their moment. Here's another thing that confident people always say, another phrase, tell me more.
Yes, they're great listeners.
They listen far more than they talk. They're naturally curious. They express a genuine interest in others. Conversely, those who monopolize conversations or brag have something to prove, and they're masking insecurity.
Yes.
Interesting. And then finally, in these things that confident people say, can you help me?
I appreciate that because it's almost counterintuitive, right? A confident person asking for help.
Right.
But it shows a level of vulnerability, and they're not afraid to make that ask.
Right? They're more concerned with self-improvement, gaining valuable skills, and performing the job well rather than worrying that what other people will think if they ask for help.
Yep.
And I think a lot of times, we think if we ask for help, we appear weak. Confident people know that everyone has weaknesses, but the self-assured are not afraid to admit them. We work in our strength. We work in our genius. Somebody said, like our shine zone or bright fact, whatever the word is. We all have our skill set. We don't have to be, good at everything.
That's exactly right. Well, there goes the first hour of the Experience Pros radio show, folks, but don't go anywhere. There's a whole nother 2 hours ahead. If you're getting ready for the day, it's going to be 92 degrees with a little afternoon thunderstorm. Winds northeast out of the 10 to 15 mile an hour zone. So hang with us. Denver's Money Talk, 1690 KDMT.
You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show, America's home for positive business talk. This is the Experience Pros radio show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact the Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or contact them on the web at experiencepros.com or on Facebook and Twitter at Experience Pros. If your customers love you, we want to know you. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
Arvada, Denver. We're all about money.
Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than Experience.
Business never takes a break, neither do we. So take Denver's Money Talk 1690 AM with you with our brand new mobile app. Stay up to the minute with breaking news, market strategies, current trends, and more wherever you are. With live streaming, listen to your favorite Money Talk shows whenever you want, on demand. It's like a personal advisor in your pocket. Do something today that your future self will thank you for. Download the brand new Money Talk app on iTunes or the Google Play Store, or at moneytalk1690.com.
People say there are billions of dollars lost in a market crash. The truth is, they're not lost, they just exchange hands. And the good news is, by gaining the right kind of knowledge, you can learn to recognize the opportunities that exist and, more importantly, act on them. I'm Pastor David Mitchell, founder of Tradeway. Along with being an investment advisor, Tradeway offers our students a powerful education so that they can take their investments in their own hands. We break down the confusing world of finance so that you can understand it. We keep it simple, fun, and personal. Come join us at our next 2-day event called Step 1, Start Your Journey. You'll learn to take small steps to reach your biggest goals.
Coming to the Embassy Suites Denver Tech Center July 8th and 9th. Only $99.95 for your entire household, plus a free ticket for a friend and a full money-back guarantee. To register, call 877-907-TRADE. That's 877-907-8723. Or go to Tradeway.com. That's Tradeway.com.
If you or a loved one has had your life turned upside down due to an accident, call Jeremy Cave. He'll work day and night to get you the money you're entitled to. Unlike a lot of attorneys today, Jeremy Cave makes house calls, and he's there for you every step of the way. Cave Law understands that many of you folks who listen to this station prefer to have a lawyer who sees things from your point of view. Well, Cave Law thinks it's time to put the personal back into handling personal injury. Call Jeremy Cave today, 720-213-3737. Jeremy Cave only gets paid when you do. Call Cave Law now for a free at-home consultation. 720-213-3737. If you're injured in an accident, call 720-213-3737. Or check out their brand new website, cavelawyer.com. That's cavelawyer.com. Personal and caring service from Cave Law. Call Jeremy today at 720-213-3737 or visit cavelawyer.com.
Want a heavy-duty American-made vacuum that makes the others look like they? Come to All Ray's Vacuum and Sewing, where service and quality still count. All Ray's Vacuum is the oldest vacuum location in town for over 35 years. With over 200 makes and models on display and over 10,000 bags, belts, and parts in stock, you'll be sure to find what you need. So visit All Ray's for all your vacuum and sewing machine needs at 3740 South Broadway, just south of Hamden, or visit them online at allraysvacuum.com. You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, the most positive business talk show in America. Best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of the Extreme Customer Service Directory, Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, are inspiring you to get your business right. They know that customer experience isn't just another thing, it's the only thing. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you along with us today. We are here to remind you that small business is big business. Your business is our business. And Afine, how do you do to you?
Good morning.
Good morning. Lots of news in the news today, so let's get right on it. What do you say?
All righty.
It's time for You Choose the News, the game show at the top of the hour where we've already chosen the news and we think you're going to like it. All right. Why is everybody down on me? That's the first story.
Okay.
The second story is save a family, get billed.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And the third story is we may have found Bigfoot.
Bigfoot, really?
Yeah.
All right, where's Bigfoot?
Bigfoot apparently is in Issaquah, Washington, which makes sense. That is one of the largest forest areas out there in the U.S., largely undeveloped and, well, in this case, the story is not anything undeveloped at all. But a mother bear in Washington State was filmed digging through a resident's trash, and get this, then running off on her hind legs while clutching a bag of garbage. So the bear goes dumpster diving, right?
Yeah, right.
Picks off the lid, grabs the bag of garbage, and then walks away holding the garbage in her front paws while walking on her back paws.
Walking.
All those stories of the Bigfoot, the Sasquatch, the abominable snowman in other regions may very well be bears just simply dumpster diving. I don't know. I'm going to watch the video a little bit here. The video posted to a fan group on Facebook was filmed through a neighbor's window and shows the bear digging through the outside trash.
But then walking away.
Walking
and
away
so
on
we
her
think that
hind legs.
perhaps that all these others where we see and
people say all the
something.
time, or a Bigfoot, right? Okay. Go ahead, use his professional name.
Okay.
But it seems to me that they all say, "Are you sure it wasn't a bear?" And people say, "I know the form of a bear. They walk on four legs.
Right.
Yeah, they can stand up and go rawr,
But they don't walk
but
around
they
like
walk
that.
around on the back legs.
Right.
Apparently, they do when they go grocery shopping. Just saying.
Grocery shopping.
It could be. Yeah.
This is their grocery shopping look.
Of course, the Department of Fish and Wildlife, Sergeant Kim Chandler, says it was distressing to see that the resident's trash was not properly secured. It is your fault that we have discovered Bigfoot.
Oh.
All right.
Maybe now they're going to fine her.
Yeah. Why is everybody down on me?
All right. Why?
Or save a family, get a bill.
Let's do Eeyore.
Eeyore. Well, in this case, it's not Eeyore, it's Airbnb. You familiar with the rental space?
Yep. Temporary little vacation rentals, right?
Yep. In 2013, the new owners of a 4-unit Spanish-style building in the Los Angeles neighborhood of Fairfax evicted their tenants. The residents, some of whom had lived there for decades, had been paying between $1,600 and $2,600 a month. A few weeks later, the same apartments popped up on Airbnb. The landlords were charging around $500 a night.
Oh,
ding, ding. Practically every major U.S. city is struggling with how to handle the boom of short-term rentals. Most have enacted or are considering regulations for services like Airbnb. Critics of sites like Airbnb have long claimed that the services remove affordable housing from the market by turning rentable apartments into unofficial year-round hotels. A drop in supply can mean higher rents for remaining apartments. Hotel industry groups are also upset at the loss of revenue. Airbnb claims its site primarily offers economic lifeline to help residents pay their bills, rent, or a mortgage. This week, Los Angeles started to take action against rent-controlled apartments that have been illegally converted into short-term rentals. The city filed criminal charges against the Fairfax building owners and civil cases against 3 other building owners. 5 of the displaced tenants filed a lawsuit against the owner and Airbnb in December. So apparently it's a big, hairy deal that you buy a building, it's got 4 different, 2 duplexes or something to that effect. You kick out the tenants that have been sometimes living there for years, decades, in order to get $500 a day on Airbnb.
Right. If I can do a day, I could do that every day. But you're right. There are.
Well, and you only have to do it 4 or 5 days in order to make a profit.
Cover the whole thing.
Yeah.
Right. And we've all seen that. Some different. When a big sporting event comes to town, or if you live near a place that has high tourism, you could rent out your place for 1 or 2 weeks, cover the entire expense. Not so different than buying and having a home up in the mountains or a beach house, right? That you rent out all the time, right?
No, it's not, except that that's your home.
Yeah.
There's the difference. Yeah. And turning your home into cash while you're not there is different than displacing
other people out of their
apartments designated and zoned for this. So, good luck with that. Save a family, get a bill.
All right, what's that all about?
In Sacramento, a Sacramento area man saves a family in a car wreck and later gets billed by the first responders. Fair Oaks' Derek DeAnda thought he was doing a good deed when he pulled over to rescue a man and his children after their van rolled over in an accident. The local Sacramento Emergency Services unit had not arrived yet, so DeAnda busted the windshield of the vehicle that was already rolled on its side so that the family could crawl out away from the car and danger. I pulled up right as it happened, he told CBS Sacramento. There was a guy standing there inside the van because it was on its side holding a 2-year-old infant. Mr. DeAnda stopped at the scene, immediately went to work to remove the windshield so that he could help the family out of the vehicle.
Wow.
I'm sure the family took great solace in knowing that Mr. DeAnda, a perfect stranger, was there. Due to his heroic actions, the family got out safely, but in the process of freeing them, DeAnda received what he calls, quote, a small scrape on his hand. He was given a bottle of water to rinse it, and his pulse checked by the emergency technicians who arrived later.
Okay.
However, he found out a few weeks later that tiny injury may cost him nearly $150.
Why?
A couple of months later, I get a bill for $143 for a bottle of water. Makes you wonder why people don't stop and help at an accident scene. All I can say is the look on the man's face when I was able to break that windshield and get him and his kids out of the vehicle was all the things I needed. I was glad I was able to help, but now I have a bill, and they won't let it go.
A bill?
The first responders billed him for the water.
And okay, so what is this? no good deed goes unpunished.
Kind of seems that way, doesn't it?
Right?
Yeah.
And I know there was a while like the Good Samaritan law where you stop to help somebody and I don't know. So you're trying to help, but maybe
you ought to receive a commendation for that.
Yeah.
You ought to, saved a family.
People would say, I didn't want to be saved, right? I didn't want help. Right? Like, okay.
Well, this family wanted to be saved, and everything went according to plan, except he got there before the first responders did, and in the process got cut. They gave him a bottle of water to pour over the wound and charged him $143 for it. Oh. Somebody got to pay for something.
Right. Yeah. So now it's going to get out. If you help, there's a fine for that.
If you help and get hurt, yeah. And then bonus round. That's exactly right. Something's missing, and we'll find out what. In Xinjiang, China, on June 24th, perplexed traffic police pulled over a semi-truck after they noticed it was missing some important components. Its front wheels.
It was driving with it.
Driving without its front wheels. A video filmed on June 12th, a stretch of road in Xinjiang province shows a police officer pulling over the vehicle after it was seen driving without its front wheels. The driver reportedly told police that the truck was in a crash in another province. He was driving it home for repairs. It was unclear whether or not the driver was ticketed, but oh boy, how did they steer?
All right,
That's what I want to know.
Did it have?
It's a semi, so
right?
it's got back
18
wheels.
of them, right?
Well,
18 of them.
They've got the back side. I don't think it's that kind of semi, but they've got the back wheels to the trailer, and then they've got the back wheels to the cab. But the front wheels, last time I checked, are the ones that do the steering. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know, folks. But that's in the news. It's You Choose the News here on the Experience Pros Radio Show. We've got better things ahead, I promise. This is the home of positive business talk. We're glad that you are here. Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
America's home for positive business talk. You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Contact them on the web at experiencepros.com.
Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
This is Steve Replin, and I'd like to share a secret. No great business has ever succeeded without a great team. As a lawyer, a CPA, and a lender, I've advised more than 4,000 growing businesses just like yours. My system of fast-track business coaching integrates all of my skills for your business growth. To schedule a complimentary 1-hour conversation to see how we can get your business on the fast track to growth, call me at 303-322-7919. That's 303-322-7919.
Hi, my name is Sarah, and I wanted to share some of my experiences with Go Sober. I am a business owner here in Colorado and had been thinking about going sober literally for about 4 years. One of my biggest choices about going with Go Sober was that I'm a pretty private person, and when my alcohol addiction started, it started very privately. And when my rehabilitation started with Go Sober, it allowed me to rehabilitate privately, and having the flexibility of not having to go into a treatment program, going away from my family, away from my job. The infusions allowed me to put a reset button on loving myself again. My first infusion, I could go right past that neighborhood liquor store and not even think about stopping in and grabbing a bottle of wine. What's next for me is rediscovering all those things that I've lost.
Call Go Sober at 303-827-4837 or visit their website at gosober.org.
I woke up last night to wind and hail. The wife was screaming. The kids did well.
Look at our roof.
They cried and cried.
The outside of the house is now inside.
The ceiling caved in.
New insulation. Everything's leaking.
Everyone's freaking when my know-it-all neighbor came over and said,
"You know who I like."
Who?
Golden Spike.
Hi, this is Spike McCarthy, and our promise to you is roofing done right to the last nail.
Call Golden Spike Roofing when your roof needs a fix. 303-942-1386. Golden Spike Roofing.
Hi, this is Hugh Hewitt for Granite Transformation. If it's time to redo your kitchen and your bath, this is a product you really have to see to believe. Beautiful granite, mosaic, or recycled glass countertops measured and cut to fit right over your existing countertops, so there's no messy tear out of your old counters. These are heat and stain resistant. They never need sealing, but most importantly, they are affordable and can be installed in most cases just one day. So give Todd Dutton and the staff at Granite Transformation a chance to earn your business. Call them today at 303-420-8920. That's 303-420-8920. I'm sure you'll be as impressed as I was. I've met Todd, so make sure you tell him that I told you to call and receive a free stainless steel sink and save an additional 10% just by stopping by their showroom. Let Todd and the folks at Granite Transformation save you time, money, and headaches. Call today at 303-420-8920. That's 303-420-8920. One of the great things I took away from my time in Colorado is a friendship with Todd. Make him your friend as well. Call 303-420-8920.
You keep wondering about refinancing options. You know rates are low, but don't know how to go about getting the best rate and best type of loan for your situation. What do you even need to get started? Wonder no more. Go to CherylAnswers.com. Cheryl of ALMC Mortgage has put together a checklist of what you need to know and frequently asked questions when it comes to your mortgage. Get answers. Go to CherylAnswers.com. CherylAnswers.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
Revolutionizing the way people treat people in business. The Experience Pros, America's home for positive business talk.
Hey, welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. We do appreciate you for tuning in. So, you're thinking about jumping off the 9 to 5, maybe starting your own business? Whoa, hold on. We need to talk to our next guest first.
Right? If you want to learn from an unusual, likely source to teach us all about entrepreneurship, I'm going to paint a little picture for you. A decade ago, Cleveland, Ohio was a struggling post-industrial landscape. Jobs were scarce. The region experienced an exodus of manufacturing jobs and, in turn, in population. Mm-hmm. Flash forward to today, you'll find a much brighter and more diverse picture in the Buckeye State. Northeast Ohio is a burgeoning hub of entrepreneurship as its startups have generated more than $1.4 billion in economic impact in 2015, and they've created more than 10,000 new jobs over the past 10 years, and a lot of it has to do with this event, the Startup Scale Up 2016. It's an all-day festival-style event designed to celebrate the growth of Northeast Ohio's entrepreneurial ecosystem. And behind that is Ray Leach, the founding CEO of Jumpstart, Ohio-based nonprofit venture development organization. They've gained national best-in-class reputation for their innovative economic development models. And also with us is Emily Mendel, the VP of Communications of Polaris Partners Venture Capital. The two of them are here to discuss some of the biggest roadblocks faced by would-be entrepreneurs and what business owners can do to attract investors, and how women and minorities are finally being more fairly represented. Ray Leach, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here. And Emily Mendel, thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning.
Well, very nice to have both of you with us. Let's start. You know, the economic recovery of Ohio in general and Northeast Ohio, East Ohio is remarkable. You know, people are thinking nationwide about jumping off that 9 to 5 and starting their own business. Ray, do you have a piece of advice that maybe you would give a would-be entrepreneur?
Yeah, I'd say the most important component is that individual or the team they're working with needs to have a plan. They need to be able to clearly and simply articulate what their goals and objectives are, what they're trying to accomplish, what the competition looks like, how they're going to finance that business. And then for a work like at Jumpstart, we're looking for businesses that can scale. All entrepreneurs are great, and Jumpstart helps all different kinds of entrepreneurs. But from an economic development point of view, we're really, really focused on companies that can create dozens, ultimately hundreds and thousands of jobs in places like Ohio and across the United States.
You know, we hear all the time that the small business is the backbone of the economy, and that you guys have taken this entrepreneurship model and had a complete turnaround, really, in the economics of Ohio. You know, getting people to start their own business. Ray, what if they weren't entrepreneurs before? How do you kind of inspire and say, okay, we've got this, and you've got what it takes, and we're going to give you all the resources and tools. How do you get them to jump into entrepreneurship?
Well, I think one of the most compelling ways that happens is they see their neighbors doing it. And I think whether it was Northeast Ohio in the 90s and the early 2000s or the rest of the country in the economic downturn, I think the country is going through a cultural transformation around business. And in places like Cleveland, frankly, there's many, many, many workers in Cleveland up to the 90s who didn't really know many entrepreneurs because it was such a large company and large-driven economy. Now, being an entrepreneur in Cleveland is cool. It is the thing that individuals, workers, kids coming out of college, and even boomers, maybe who've retired out of their career are now creating whole new careers based on entrepreneurship. So I think so much of what's going on in places like Cleveland is cultural. And now, Cleveland was just recently named the ninth most friendliest city for entrepreneurs in the United States. And if someone had told me 10 years ago that would be the case, I would never have believed them.
Well, and you put your finger right on it, Ray. We're going through the country is going through a cultural revolution as it relates to the perception of and execution of small businesses. I think it started in 2008 when the recession kind of rolled in, and we started to see people deciding to opt out of the recession. I'm going to make this thing work whether you say I should or not. Emily, you're on the other side of this thing. You're looking for people to invest in, and so what are your pieces of advice to somebody who's getting ready to start up, and what does a venture capitalist specifically look for? What do those sharks in that tank really want?
Sure. I'd like to say that if you have an idea that you think is going to change the world, venture capital is probably for you. Venture capitalists like to invest in innovation, things that are going to change from a technology perspective, from a life sciences perspective, changing the way we really live and work. So a good example is if you have a dry cleaning store and you want to open and have 3 or 4 more dry cleaning stores, you might want to get a microloan or a small business loan. But if you have a new way to do dry cleaning that's going to change the way dry cleaning is done, that's a potential venture capital.
Sure, that makes a lot of sense.
Great explanation for that, of where that fits in. And so you guys then are on the cutting edge of what people are bringing to you, some of the greatest trends and biggest things. You're probably one of the first ones that see some of these great innovations, and because of your investment in them, we get to see them to fruition. Is that right, Emily?
Absolutely. Some companies that are venture-backed that you would be familiar with, obviously Facebook, Apple, Intel, Uber, and going way back, Federal Express was venture-backed. They were one of the first venture-backed companies back in the day. So we get to see things way before they are actually brought to market. It's a fascinating place to be.
Well, Ray, let me ask you this: you've got this thing coming up, Startup Scale Up. What is the event, and how do people find more information about it?
So Startup Scale Up is a street festival event that Jumpstart hosts every year in Cleveland. We'll have a couple thousand entrepreneurs at the sessions tomorrow that'll run about 8 hours, and they'll have about 40 different information sessions. And the name is very intentional. And to your listeners, I want to emphasize my organization, jumpstartinc.org, is where you can learn more about us. Our original founding was all around tech startups, and we've invested in about 80 tech startups in Northeast Ohio when they were really, really, really young, and then those companies evolve and grow, and firms like Polaris Partners out of Boston invest in those firms. But the scale-up portion is equally important, and that is because we're also working with established entrepreneurs who want to grow their businesses. And maybe in some cases, venture capital is appropriate for them, but for other cases, maybe a bank loan is the kind of access to capital tool they need to scale their business. Again, at the end of the day, communities all across the country need to do two things. They need to figure out a way to create more startup businesses, and then secondarily, equally important, particularly in the near term, they've got to figure out how to help the local businesses that are already established. How do you help those businesses grow? Because one of the big challenges in startups over the long run is it takes time for those businesses to scale to create jobs.
Ray, we agree with you. We got to go to a commercial break, but thank you so much, both of you, for joining us. StartupScaleUp.org. Get involved if you're in that Northeast Ohio corridor, and we do appreciate them for joining us. Good stuff. We'll be back right after these messages, folks.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no
The Colorado Business Roundtable brings you Connect and Collaborate weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 a.m. Hear from key leaders in Colorado's business community, advocating for proactive business policies that strengthen the economy and help business grow and thrive in Colorado, as well as helping to make Colorado the best place to live now and for generations to come. Connect and Collaborate weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. right here on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 and Money Talk 1690.com.
Hello, I'm Mo Ansari, host of Market Wrap and president of Compact Asset Management. What a difference a day makes in these markets. But will you be on the right side from one day to the next? Market volatility is the time when you need to remain the most rational about your investment decisions. Yet it is the time when investors become the most emotional and often make devastating choices. So if you need some help, dial pound 250 on your cell phone, use the keyword talk to Mo, and ask for your free report on coping with market volatility. You can also make an appointment to meet with me for a free portfolio review. Again, from your cell phone, dial pound 250, talk to Mo, and get your free report, Coping with Market Volatility. Ask for your free portfolio review also.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor, funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA, SIPC.
This is Roger Michalski from Eagle Financial Publications. Are you a dividend investor? If so, let me tell you about a website that has just about every resource that a dividend investor could ask for. It's called dividendinvestor.com. We just launched a new and improved version of it, and there's nothing else like it. When you log on to dividendinvestor.com, you'll find screening tools, plus an all-star ranking system to help you find the best dividend opportunities. There's a scorecard to track the dividends in your very own portfolio, plus time-sensitive updates so you'll be the first to know when dividends go up or go down, and so many other features. Be my guest. Log on for free today at dividendinvestor.com. Set up a portfolio and see how easy it is to work the dividend calculator. And be sure to take the website tour to discover all the other great benefits. I'm convinced dividendinvestor.com will pay dividends to your bottom line. Go to dividendinvestor.com now. Dividendinvestor.com.
After 35 years in law enforcement, I thought I'd seen it all and survived it all, and had witnessed firsthand how the scourge of alcohol destroyed lives and families, leaving only heartbreak and suffering in its wake. Yet even armed with that knowledge, I was not immune to the manner in which alcohol crept into my own life, slowly drawing me away from all that I loved to the point where the urge to drink became the only constant. Promises made in the morning to quit, to stop, quickly faded when the sun went down. I tried a number of solutions, from 12 steps to healthcare intervention, but none of it worked. And then I found Go Sober. The cravings ended almost immediately. The follow-up care reintroduced me to a life I thought was gone forever. I've rediscovered the joy of living. The sadness is gone. If you or someone you love is ready to fight alcohol and get your life back on track, you owe it to yourself to include Go Sober in your battle plan.
Call Go Sober at 303-827-4837 or go to their website, gosober.org.
Take your home like it is and let us help you make it like you want it. Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. We've been doing just that for over 30 years now. 800-362-8370 or drhi.com.
Dear John, uncontrolled high blood pressure is serious, and I can quit whenever I want. But when I quit, you quit. Sincerely, your heart.
To get your high blood pressure to a healthy range, visit heart.org/blood pressure. A message from the American Heart Association and the Ad Council.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a business revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin story of great customer service by using the hashtag FanBrag or calling the Fan Braggin hotline at 855-FAN-BRAG, FANBRAG. Now back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Hey, welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. I used to work in the nonprofit arena, and one of the things that nonprofits almost always need to do is to raise funds, right?
Yes.
Well, one of the best ways that I've ever found to raise funds involves getting an auction going. One of the best ways to get an auction going is to not do it yourself.
Is to not do it yourself. We've all seen, right? We've been to those auctions where they have like the chairman of the board or somebody try to kind of rally the crowd to raise money, right? And we've all been to where there's a professional auctioneer who's got the crowd excited, who feels the crowd, knows the timing of it all. And of course, when you are in a nonprofit, every fundraising dollar counts, and you've got the attention of your audience. You've brought them together. Take advantage of it. Well, we brought in our expert today from Affordable Auctioneering, Bryce Elamon. He started his company and he's the owner of this new and diverse profession, he says. Bryce uses his military background from the United States Marine Corps as a driving force in being able to support his clients with a positive and bearing drive to solve their problems. A member of the Colorado Auctioneers Association and also elected to sit on the board of directors for a 2-year term at the 2016 CAA convention. Bryce, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Good morning. How are you today?
Hey, we're doing fantastic, Bryce. So, professional auctioneering. Easy to get into?
It's very easy to get into if you have the money. All you have to do is pay and go to school.
All right. So what kind of challenges have you experienced in your process of, because you are not a newbie by any stretch of the imagination. You're well established and well credentialed. What challenges have you faced in your line of work?
Advertising, being able to get out there and have people find out who Bryce Elamond is.
We got here as quickly as we could.
Yes.
Are there a lot of professional auctioneers?
In the professional under the National Auctioneers Association, which I'm a proud member of, there's 4,000 people that are credited as being auctioneers. But if you were to take a look at across the country, there's probably well over 500,000 people that say they're auctioneers.
They say they're auctioneers.
Yes.
All right.
Wow.
All right.
So,
but there's a difference between the accreditation. It's kind of like between a realtor and a real estate agent.
Yes, that's a very good analogy.
Yeah,
very
absolutely.
Good.
All right. So what kind of difference does it really make in a charity event when you have somebody who is professionally trained versus, the chairman of the board who's kind of nice?
Or Eric.
Right.
Well, Eric
Or a
would do a
radio
great
host.
job because he's good with the crowd.
Eric struggles.
Well, he once was. We were at an event, and this is kind of a personal testimony where they said, "Hey, Eric, could you stand up? Like, here we are at the event. Could you do the live auction? We have like 5 items to auction off." And because Eric's got a voice and he's got a presence, he seemed like the perfect fit. Well, of course, lesser of evils. We didn't have a professional, so we had Eric, right? And he probably was the best choice in the room. But what's the difference when you actually have somebody who knows what they're doing and can work the crowd and feel the crowd out?
It's a very good question, Angel, and to answer that is very simple. As an auctioneer, we know exactly what we're doing as far as fair market value on the items that are there to be sold that evening. So we do our due diligence. We look up to find out how much everything costs. We sit down with the nonprofit or whoever is running the show and say, okay, this is how much money you need to raise tonight. This is how much... These are the items that you have, and this is how much money we need to try to raise. So it's not just shooting off the hip and going up there and going, oh, God, I hope I make $10,000 tonight.
Which we all do, right?
When you're trying to raise $1 million.
And hope is not a plan. All right, Bryce, you know what we have to do? We have to auction off that.
We don't. No, we don't have to auction off. No, we don't have to. No, we don't have to.
Because it features him in his best light. So clear your throat, mister. And that silver cup right there is what we're auctioning. Go for it.
There we go on the Yeti cup, $5,000. 5,000 would be 5. Now would be 6,000. Now 7 would be 7. Now 8,000. Now $9,000. 12,000. Now would be 15,000. 15,000 would be $15,000. Sold it to Eric Reamer for $12,000.
All right.
It's funny. We make him turn that on every time we talk to you.
And every time we talk to him, he gets business because of it.
Right. Okay. So Bryce, advertising, auctioneer services. Where do charities typically look for your services at?
They can look for services on my website. My website at www.affordableauctioneering.com.
All right. So, what has been like your best way to market your business? What's been the best thing you've ever done?
The best thing I have ever done, and here it comes. Sign up to be on Experience Pros.
No, that's not. Okay. That wasn't written or
no, it was not
even planned. That's kind of.
I've gotten business by being on this radio show. I've gotten business by being a part of a great bunch of entrepreneurial people that help people.
Yeah.
So I've gotten business from people that are real estate agents and people that are plumbers. So
we're a community here at Experience Pros that does first, as a cultural matter of fact, support each other before we go after what's good for us. And so, and you're a part of that. You've not only gotten business, but you've given business and a lot of business, Bryce, and I love that. The nonprofits that are now thinking about the holidays and whatnot, they need to call you now, right? What's the number where they can reach out to you?
They can get me at 720-229-5832.
Do it again.
720-229-5832.
All right. So if their event isn't until the holidays, obviously they want to get you on their calendar, so they book you up. But what other benefit is it to bringing you in this early in the stage of their planning?
Very good question, Angel. The sooner that you can get a seasoned auctioneer on your side, the better, because he's going to provide you with all the necessary information to be able to find sponsors, to find ways to find your venues, for your catering, everything that you need to do. So you want to have that professional in your court as quickly as possible.
Okay, so I have a question. What do you think about the paddle raise? Is that the right way to call that? We've got the live auctioneer, the live items are over, but then afterwards they do this thing. I call it a paddle raise. Is there an official term for it?
It's called a fund a need. So at the end of the auction, those people that have not been able to win an item in the silent auction or in the live auction,
but came with cash,
came there to support the nonprofit. This is the way that they can do that. So the auctioneer, once again, in advance, we need to know how much money we're going to raise. So I have an idea during the live auction, I need to raise X amount of dollars, and in the fund a need, we're going to fund a certain aspect of the nonprofit.
Yeah.
So what we need to do is we need to know, okay, we're going to raise X amount of dollars, and this is how we're going to do it. So I'll go up there, and my personality completely changes from the auctioneering phase to the fund a need, because that's where we become serious, saying, folks,
heartstrings.
Exactly, Eric. We want to get out there and we want to touch the heart of those people and say, remember why you came here today, and please help out our nonprofit.
You were telling me a story about somebody who said, no, we don't do that part of it. And you were able to talk them into the benefits of it. And how much did they end up raising?
$35,000 additional, and they had done it for the last 3 years. They had auctioneers, and the auctioneers said, please let me do this fund a need. No, we're just not going to be able to do that. So
yeah, $35,000 is a game changer in a lot of nonprofits. Bryce, one last question as time is about ready to escape us. I don't know if there's a statistic for this, but is there a difference, a statistical difference of increase that a professional auctioneer brings to the table? You have a pro come and you're likely to see a 10% increase in your funding, something like that?
I've actually talked to several other auctioneers, and it's upwards of 40%.
Wow.
It can be even more than 40%.
Well, if it were you and me doing the same auction, it would be upward of 400%. I know that for a fact. You really know your stuff. AffordableAuctioneering.com is the website. What's the phone number again?
720-229-5832.
One more time.
720-229-5832.
Folks, if you want to get that nonprofit thing, or if you're established as a board member of a nonprofit, call Bryce one more time on the phone number, please.
720-229-5832.
There it is.
And he's available nationwide.
AffordableAuctioneering.com. Don't go anywhere, folks. More positive business talk just on the other side of this. You're listening to Angel and Eric, and this is the Experience Pros Radio Network.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, America's home for positive business talk.
Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
Hi, my name is Greg, and I wanted to talk about alcohol treatment. There's a reason why it's difficult to stay quit, and it has nothing to do with character or willpower. It has everything to do with brain reward chemistry. Alcohol screws up the ability to produce sufficient dopamine, and any successful treatment has to fix that first. Go Sober restores the dopamine response. The process takes about 8 weeks. It involves medications and lifestyle changes. It costs about the same as a DUI with a much happier outlook. Take a look at their website at www.gosober.org or call 303-827-4837. They're nice people who understand the science of addiction and what to do about it. This is the last treatment you'll ever need.
If you or someone you love is ready to fight alcohol and get your life back on track, you owe it to yourself to include Go Sober in your battle plan.
This is Dan Kaplis. A wise person once told me, if you don't have a seat at the table, you are going to end up on the menu. I think that applies directly to personal injury and wrongful death cases. If you're not represented by a highly accomplished law firm, the insurance company is probably going to eat you for lunch and you'll never even know it. So if you want to make sure that you and your claim are treated with the respect you deserve, give me a call. We are a serious firm for serious cases. And for 30 years, we have proven our ability to go up against the best the other side has to offer and to win. Our personal injury clients include everyone from the poorest of the poor to CEOs, teachers, farmers, police officers, doctors, lawyers, and professional athletes. We are able to make the vast resources of our firm available to good people from all walks of life by taking righteous cases on a percentage fee basis. You can reach me at 303-770-5551. That's 303-770-5551 or dankapleslaw.com. That's dankapleslaw.com.
Are you interested in being your own boss but don't know where to start? Made Right offers home-based business opportunities for people without business experience, so you can build a better life for you and your family. With Made Right, you go into business for yourself, not by yourself. We provide you with a startup package, which includes guaranteed clients, initial equipment, education on Made Right standards, constant support, and the opportunity to build a sustainable business business in the community. Made Right's home cleaning franchise offers a proven track record of stability, guaranteed revenue, and innovative cleaning methods that will help you deliver superior cleaning services to keep your clients satisfied. Give us a call today and see why a home-based business with Made Right is the right fit for you.
Tap our number now, 303-898-0595. Change your life, 303-898-0595. Life is short. Clean less. Tap 303-898-0595 now.
This is Michael Medved for townhall.com. If Donald Trump wants to revive his faltering campaign, he should make a bold move and offer the vice presidential nomination to Paul Ryan, even with the understanding that the House Speaker probably won't accept it. The gesture of honoring Ryan in this way would make it clear that Trump wants to cooperate with his party's most important leaders from now on, rather than constantly confronting them. If Ryan respectfully declines, Trump could choose another figure to mainstream his candidacy, like Governors Susana Martinez of New Mexico, Brian Sandoval of Nevada, Nikki Haley of South Carolina, or John Kasich of Ohio. Reports say Chris Christie and Newt Gingrich top current lists of potential running mates, but these two failed presidential candidates bring an abrasive style and histories of scandal that mirror Trump's own. Polls show some 40% of Republicans still want another candidate for president, but a reassuring Veep choice before the convention could help unify the party. I'm Michael Medved.
So you thought that putting off your hearing test for another year wasn't a big deal. Well, maybe you should think again. I'm Barbara Jenkins, Colorado's first board-certified doctor of audiology. For the last few years, we've known that untreated hearing loss increases your risk of dementia. Now, a study from Johns Hopkins shows that untreated hearing loss actually causes brain shrinkage. Not only does this affect your communication ability, but it also affects your memory as well. It's just one more in a litany of studies that underscores the importance of treating your hearing loss now, not later. For a synopsis of this study, or to have your hearing tested, go to advancedaudiology.com or call us at 303-649-2122. Hearing problems are easy to dismiss, but treating them now can help more than just your ears. That's 303-649-2122. Because at Advanced Audiology, we take your hearing seriously.
This is the Experience Pros Radio Show. Got an opinion or want to ask us a question? Email radio@experiencepros.com or message us on the Experience Pros Facebook page, and we'll interact with you live on the show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. If you think this show is sexy, tell somebody about it.
I'm going to get you deleted.
What? What have I done to you this time?
No. We've got some subject lines that will get your emails deleted immediately.
Subject lines. So you're going to give me some ideas of things that I shouldn't put in a subject line?
Mm-hmm, that they are so awful that almost everyone deletes them immediately, completely unread.
My head goes to a different place when you say they're so awful, but let's find out how awful they are.
Well, I mean, what's the point of sending an email?
Get it opened.
Get it open, right?
Have people read it.
Have people read it and hopefully respond to it.
Yes.
So if you're sending an email that nobody opens, they're not going to read it. They're obviously not going to respond to it. You have wasted your time.
Okay.
You have wasted my time. You are awful.
I haven't wasted your time yet, but we're working on it.
All right. So here's some subject lines, and we probably have all been on the receiving end of them. Tell me if you would delete this.
I wonder if I've been on the typing end of them.
On the typing end of them, probably. Are you missing out? Question mark.
Oh, the motivation there is to create the impression that opportunity will pass me by if I don't open the email. You know what I do?
Delete.
I look at that tired phrase and hit delete.
Can I pick your brain?
Let me just tell you, it doesn't just limit itself to emails. If you say that phrase, pick your brain, you immediately go to the top of the, you just gave me the Willie's list.
Right.
Stop picking my brain.
No.
You want to pay for my time? Absolutely. Let's talk about it.
How about this one? Hi. Do you ever just use the word hi in your subject line? Or hello in your subject line? I've seen people do that.
I have.
It's supposed to sound.
Usually just when I'm very familiar with somebody.
Right? Yeah, it's supposed to sound like it's from a long lost friend, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be very familiar. But they say it's been used so frequently for spam in other negative industries, illicit industries. It usually gets caught in the spam filter. And if it does get through, delete.
Uh-huh.
How about this? I want you.
Oh, I write that all the time.
Do you say that? I want you. Do you get that all the time? I want you to want me. I want you. The idea here is to help people feel important and wanted. However, one, we are not desperate. And two, why would you care? Why would I care what you want?
Delete. Yeah. Let's come back and visit that one in a little bit.
Why?
Because I want to.
You want to?
I want you.
Do you want to?
I want to.
You would open up and I want you.
I know.
You would. You wouldn't delete it. You would open it.
Well, it depends on who it's from.
Well, look at that.
If it's from Tony, I'm not opening that.
Okay, how about this one? These are subject lines that will get your email deleted immediately. All caps, important news, exclamation point.
All right, let's start with the all caps screaming and partly the exclamation point. The mere senders need to label his or her email as important. Tells me that it's likely to be actually trivial. Delete.
How about having their first name in the subject line?
As the only part of the subject line.
Well, even if it is included in the subject line.
It's a field. It's a
right. It's supposed to seem as if it's handcrafted, right? But everybody knows how to put the first name in there.
Especially if it's in the example that they've given here in this article, which is Jeffrey, when everybody calls him Jeff.
How about this? Email subject lines to get your email deleted immediately. Limited time only.
That time has passed. Delete.
Monthly newsletter. Right? It's there's nothing in here I need.
Right.
So off we go. The assumption here is that I've been waiting anxiously for the next issue of the newsletter. Putting the actual month isn't any better. Delete.
Now, have you ever used this one? Open and save.
I have actually put save this email in an email subject line when it has instructions and that you're going to need to recall later to help you remember, save this because you're going to need this later.
I wonder how many people are deleting that.
But they say they don't see it a lot because it sounds so desperate. As a general rule, if you've got to beg people to read something, it isn't worth reading. Delete.
Satisfaction guaranteed! Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation.
Any subject line with multiple exclamation points isn't worth opening. I have an exclamation point ish.
Yeah,
I don't like them.
No.
I don't like them in a box. I don't like them. I will create my own excitement. Thank you very much.
Well, and if you open that thing up and there's a bunch of hokey sales talk, you've got an email that nobody's ever going to want to read again. Delete.
How about this one? Take a look.
Take a look at what?
Well, it's supposed to pique your curiosity.
Oh.
So, however, they say anybody with the intelligence of an 8-year-old knows that whatever's in that email is not interesting enough to look at. Delete. Urgent.
Not. Delete.
We want your feedback.
Oh, well, you might get it.
Right? I'm supposed to feel complimented that somebody wants my opinion, but instead I just feel annoyed that the sender's asking me to spend my valuable time helping them improve my business. Delete.
I sense that the Jeffrey James here has received a few of these that's caused him to be a little more cynical than most.
But here's some effective ways to actually get people to open up your email. Actually, I can't read it from here. I'm going to have to
say Jeffrey says.
Jeffrey says. Actually, there are some great email subject lines where people are encouraging people to open them up, where it doesn't sound just like a newsletter, actually has some information in there, piques their curiosity, but not too much that it sounds like you're fishing, right? And trying to overfish and overhook them.
Right.
So
here are those email things that'll help you increase your opening. Learn about your audience with a survey. The best way to improve your marketing efforts is to better understand your audience. And just once a quarter, not mass emails, right? But once a quarter, offer out an opportunity to hear from your audience. What's the best way to know what your customers are looking for? Ask them.
Right, and then give them something.
Yeah.
Make it worthwhile. If I'm going to take the time to open up your email, what's in it for me? And you think, well, I'm giving you all this information and I'm sharing. Well, I didn't need that. right? But what's the prize? Not information isn't the prize. I want an actual prize for getting ready to open up your email.
You ever get distracted?
I do.
Another Heather Morgan says these 4 emails kind of help you with increasing your online sales. The second one is fight customer distraction with cart abandonment emails. Are you still with us? Good. The average person gets 1 interruption every 8 minutes, and the average employee gets interrupted 56 times a day. So send an email saying, hey, just looking at, you left something in your cart. Can we help you?
Oh, that is a good one.
Yeah. All right, we got to take a quick break, but when we come back, more positive business talk. You're listening to Angel and Eric. This is the Experience Pros Radio Network.
America's home for positive business talk. You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Contact them on the web at experiencepros.com. This is the Experience Pros Radio Show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raber. For more information, you can contact the Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or contact them on the web at experiencepros.com or on Facebook and Twitter at Experience Pros. If your customers love you, we want to know you. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
Arvada, Denver. We're all about money.
Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. 2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than Experience.
This is Jeff Thompson, the retirement jock and investment advisor and financial planner for J.F. Thompson Wealth Management. Please join me on Denver's Money Talk Radio as we chat about how to protect your investment portfolio and overall financial plan. So listen to me, Jeff Thompson, the retirement jock, 8 a.m. on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 a.m. KDMT, where I coach you on how money really works.
Jeff Thompson, the retirement jock, weekday mornings at 8 on KDMT, Denver's Money Talk, 1690 a.m.
Are you retired or planning for retirement? Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, Saturday morning at 10 on Denver's Money Talk. You'll hear timely topics that really matter like Social Security, IRAs, 401ks, Roths, estate planning, protecting your investments in today's markets, and we answer questions from people like you. Tune in Saturday morning at 10 to hear me, Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement.
Get ready for the Brakes Plus Jet Car Nationals and Family Festival on Saturday, July 2nd at Bandamere Speedway. Enjoy drag racing, games, rides, live music, and a special troop salute to honor our brave men and women serving America. You'll have the best seat in Colorado for fireworks, set to inspirational and patriotic music. And don't forget the incredible power and speed of jet cars flying down the track at nearly 300 miles per hour. The Brakes Plus Jet Car Nationals and Family Festival, Saturday, July 2nd. Get discounted tickets at the Bandamere Speedway box office or at bandamere.com.
After 35 years in law enforcement, I thought I'd seen it all and survived it all, and had witnessed firsthand how the scourge of alcohol destroyed lives and families, leaving only heartbreak and suffering in its wake. Yet even armed with that knowledge, I was not immune to the manner in which alcohol crept into my own life, slowly drawing me away from all that I loved to the point where the urge to drink became the only constant. Promises made in the morning to quit, to stop, quickly faded when the sun went down. I tried a number of solutions, from 12 steps to healthcare intervention, but none of it worked. And then I found Go Sober. The cravings ended almost immediately. The follow-up care reintroduced me to a life I thought was gone forever. I've rediscovered the joy of living. The sadness is gone. If you or someone you love is ready to fight alcohol and get your life back on track, you owe it to yourself to include Go Sober in your battle plan.
Call Go Sober at 303-827-4837 or go to their website, gosober.org.
You've heard of the show Shark Tank, but you need to be aware of the real sharks out there. To grow your business, you need money yesterday, but the banks aren't helping. Hard money lending is the answer, but look out. There are sharks in the water. Attorney and CPA Steve Replin will help you navigate the waters, avoid the sharks, and best of all, get you the money. Avoid the chum. Check out hardmoneycoaching.com. 303-322-7919. That's 303-322-7919. You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, the most positive business talk show in America. Best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of the Extreme Customer Service Directory, Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, are inspiring you to get your business right. They know the customer experience isn't just another thing, it's the only thing. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Hey, welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. We do appreciate you for tuning in today. We are here to remind you that small business is big business, and your business is our business. This is the official home of ExperienceProsDeals.com. And I'll tell you what, there are more new deals out there this week. It's exciting.
It is exciting. Hopefully you are checking it out every single week. 40 to 90% off, markdown on some really cool stuff. Even services, stuff you can have delivered, all sorts of fun things. ExperienceProsDeals.com is the website. And then as a business, make sure your deals are listed on there as well. We send people to them every single day. Plus, it doesn't cost anything to list your deal. And all the money goes towards everything you raise. You can actually use the dollars to actually pay for your radio advertising with no out-of-pocket cash.
It's a win-win-win all the way across the boards. All right, guess what time it is?
It's time.
It's time for You Choose the News. That's right. It's the game show at the top of the hour that we've actually chosen the news, and we think you're going to like them, but maybe not. Instead, we're going to give you the chance to pick the order, and we like saying you choose the news because it rhymes. So 4 stories here in this top of the hour. The Converse All-Wah. I'm just going to leave it at that. Converse Alwa. If you want to know what it is, you got to ask for the news. You got to choose it. Chick-fil-A caused the crime spree.
Okay.
How about this? This is the kind-hearted gesture of the week.
Oh.
Or fat shaming leads to dismissal.
I want to know the kindest thing that's happening this week.
The kindest thing that happened last week, is a 10-year-old boy suffering from cerebral palsy ended up winning the gold medal on sports day at school thanks to his kind-hearted classmates. Daniel Boyers from a St. Oswald's Catholic primary school in Wigan had earlier told his mother that he didn't want to take part in the running race because he was afraid everyone would laugh at him. He recently underwent an ankle surgery and felt that his classmates would laugh at him if he tried to run with his plaster cast. However, after loads of encouragement from his mother and his friends, he finally decided to give it a try. Daniel was in for a lovely surprise after he realized that he had overtaken everyone. This was only possible because the other youngsters participating alongside him decided to slow down and let him win the race. The video ends with David stepping over the red tape and shouting with joy after realizing that he had finally, for once in his life, won.
Wow. So he didn't want to go at all.
Right.
Was worried about how
cerebral
everybody...
palsy, he runs funny. It's just, it's not like all the other kids. And the other kids... in a unanimous show of support for their friend, said, "You take this one."
Nice.
I told you it's the nicest thing you're going to have happen all week.
That feels good. Just listening to it.
All right. Fat shaming leads to dismissal. Chick-fil-A caused my crime spree, or the converse Alwa.
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. A Texas woman blames Chick-fil-A for a deadly crime spree. Texas woman who went on a fatal crime spree in Atlanta area is using the defense that spiked Chick-fil-A drink made her snap. Christy Newsby, 43 years old, is charged with murder and a slew of other crimes after she carjacked multiple vehicles and fatally struck a 71-year-old pedestrian, Lucy Turner, in a car accident last week. Nesby appeared in court and told the judge that as she was let out of the courtroom, that a spiked fast food beverage accounted for her actions.
A spiked fast food beverage.
I went to Chick-fil-A. I told someone put something in my drink, she said to the judge while court officers escorted her out of the hearing. Nesby robbed a dry cleaning business. When she fled the scene, she careened her car off the road where she struck the elderly pedestrian who was on her way to work. Nesby then carjacked a woman at gunpoint, quickly abandoned that car. The crazed woman then stole another car as she crashed into a fence. Toxicology reports are still pending, and Nesby has been ordered to undergo a medical evaluation. However, it does not appear that Chick-fil-A will be brought up on charges.
It's not my fault.
Chick-fil-A.
It's Chick-fil-A.
It's that lemonade.
Right? It's sweet tea.
The lemonade.
No, it's the sweet tea.
Could be the sweet tea.
It's too sweet for me.
Yeah, well.
Not my fault. I just kept going.
Yeah.
I kept running into stuff.
And stealing stuff.
And again, taking stuff that didn't belong to me.
Right.
It was spiked with sugar.
Jeez. Fat shaming leads to dismissal, or converse Alwa.
I'm fine. Do your Converse story.
All right, Converse Alwa. You are wearing Chuck Taylor Converse shoes right there, yes?
Why do you ask?
And I'm not asking. That's a statement of fact. And
not everybody knows that.
I am reporting that Angel's
this is not news.
Super chic Chuck kicks are pink variety, and they're very cute.
Okay.
Well, imagine those with a built-in guitar pedal. That's right. Ooh. Converse unveiled a sneaker with a built-in guitar pedal to allow musicians to keep a piece of their equipment with them at all times. The Chuck Taylor Alwa, developed by wearable tech company Shoot Circuit features the silhouette of the brand's classic Chuck Taylor sneaker containing microsensor technology that allows the shoe to act as a guitar pedal.
Really?
Uh-huh.
That's awesome.
Simply move your foot as you would using a traditional wah pedal, and the sneaker does the rest, communicating wirelessly via Bluetooth to the wah box for the wah effect. And the all-wah can be used in a classic stage setup with an amp or connected to a Mac or an iPhone. There's actually a guitar cord plug-in in the sole.
That rocks.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
I thought it would be kind of cool.
Right? See, that's the kind of thing you would use venture capital for.
Yes.
Right? Something innovative.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly right.
Okay.
So that's the Converse all-wah sneaker. And then finally, this message comes, I don't see a city that's telling us. We'll see if we can figure this out as we go. He just wanted to grab a cold beer with his friends, but his night turned upside down after receiving a fat-shaming message. Dylan Arnold was hanging with his friends at a bar in Warwick, Rhode Island, on Wednesday when he was insulted. I was signing my slip. I didn't really pay attention to it yet, and then I just happened to read that it said up in the top left corner, it said, "Fatty, table for two."
Oh, we've seen this come out regularly.
Yeah.
Servers identifying their patrons with
shaming
names.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the receipt from the All-Stars Bar and Grill read "Fatty" and the place intended for the customer's name. Arnold shared a photo of the receipt on Facebook, and outrage over this incident began to spread on social media. The server legitimately ID'd me as fatty. Then he wouldn't admit it. They lost mine and my friend's business, the 24-year-old stated in his post.
You think, this has been in the news often enough as servers.
Yep.
You've learned your lesson.
No, they haven't. When Tony Ambrosio, the owner of the restaurant, found out about the incident, he was quick to apologize, and he fired the server in question. Quote, "We sincerely apologize for your negative experience last night. It was very unprofessional, to say the least. We take full accountability for what occurred, and we'd like to make it up to you," Ambrosio posted in the comments of Arnold's Facebook photo. The server turned out to be the owner's son. Not only is he out of a job, but he is also no longer allowed on the restaurant's property.
Wow.
The owner says, "That's not what I teach my children, employees, or my kids. I hold them all accountable."
It's one of those, you give your son a job, right? You gave him a chance, and this is now how he's treating the customers. And then daddy's like, "Sorry, you're out."
Both
Wow.
Ambrosio and his son have reached out to Arnold personally to apologize. Arnold told CNN that he refuses to speak to them right now. And even though he's not ready to hear from Ambrosio, he did release a statement on his Facebook. "I'm not looking to see All Stars get shut down or vandalized or anything. Justice has been done, and it's over." Wow. Well,
Yeah,
I think
would you actually fire? So, this isn't what you train your staff. Your staff is mistreating,
Right.
but when it happens to be your son,
you're out.
right? But
I'm sorry.
that's impressive.
I think
that's tough love.
It is tough love, and I think that the customer should go have a beer with the owner, settle it up, make an opportunity to make it right. And the son, he's out. Maybe that'll teach him a lesson.
Maybe.
Learn him something or two. Folks, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, more positive business talk. You're listening to Eric and Angel. This is the Experience Pros Radio Network, and you are our reason why.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM. Did you know that every dollar you put into a piece of real estate makes you money 5 ways? Cash flow, money in your pocket each month. Equity capture, the thousands of dollars you create when you have the right team and buy the right property using the right map. Appreciation. Real estate doubles in value about every 10 years. Equity buildup. Renters pay down your mortgage each month. And finally, the tax advantage. We pay almost no taxes on our cash flow and capital gains.
These are the 5 ways we make money in real estate, which is why real estate accounts for more millionaires in the world today than any other investment vehicle. You should have some real estate in your portfolio. To learn how, attend one of our free workshops. Call 1-866-971-8970 or go to 5wayswemakemoney.com and register for the next available workshop. That's 866-971-8970 or go to 5wayswemakemoney.com.
Are you being denied credit? Are you paying high interest rates? At CreditRepair.com, we know life happens. Divorce, medical bills, student loans, and many other reasons why credit scores fall. That's why at CreditRepair.com, we're committed to helping folks get the second chance they deserve to improve their credit.
CreditRepair.com is actually acting as an advocate for me. Things that I thought when you paid them off, they were still on there. Things that I didn't even know were on there, but they got them removed. I feel they're doing what they said they'd do and beyond. I'm not going to abuse this second chance that they gave me. I'm in the process now of buying a home. CreditRepair.com actually does work.
We can help you get a second chance at great credit. The consultation is free and includes a free credit score and summary credit report. We'll review your current credit situation right on the phone with a game plan to restore it. Call 800-231-1735. That's 800-231-1735. Again, 800-231-1735. 800-231-1735.
This is Dan Kaplis. Our firm is dedicated to always being on the leading edge of the practice of personal injury law. That includes game-changing, next-generation technology, nationally respected experts, and innovative visual tools that help us bring our client's case to life for the purposes of settlement or, if necessary, trial. We only accept a limited number of cases, so we're able to devote to each client our full arsenal of technology, skilled attorneys, and staff. We are a serious firm for serious cases, and we make the vast resources of our firm available to good people from all walks of life by taking righteous cases on a percentage fee basis. If you'd like to talk with me about your case, just give me a call or email me through our website. There's no charge for an initial consultation. 303-770-5551, 303-770-5551, or dankapleslaw.com. That's dankapleslaw.com.
It's a difficult decision. When you finally decide to have your hearing tested, where do you go for professional care? Tens of thousands are spent every week on ads trying to convince you to come in for a free hearing test or a sale that's this week only. For professional care, I suggest you take a different approach. I'm Dr. Barbara Jenkins, owner of Advanced Audiology. I have 25 years of hospital and clinical experience treating both hearing loss and tinnitus. My first suggestion? Ask your physician who they would go to, not just who's on their list. Who do they trust? Second, go online and search Doctor of Audiology and then type in your area. You don't want an evaluation performed by a technician or hearing aid salesperson. Your hearing is a serious concern, so you should treat it as such. For more information, go to advancedaudiology.com or call 303-649-2122. Because at Advanced Audiology, we take your hearing seriously.
Revolutionizing the way people treat people in business. The Experience Pros, America's home for positive business talk.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. We do appreciate you for tuning in. You know, we're talking an awful lot about leadership and leadership development here on the program.
We do. And, you know, and I think that a lot of times there's this untapped resource, right? We've got these folks that are coming into the workforce, but they're not really trained. They say recruitment of highly skilled talent is one of the challenges companies are actively grappling with to retain their top performers, particularly young professionals. And in a Harvard Business Review article, Why Top Young Managers Are in a Nonstop Job Hunt, researchers point to a lack of formal development such as training, mentoring, and coaching as a major area of dissatisfaction among young professionals that appears to be fueling many early exits. And so tapping into this unmet need, John Faneka, Senior Director of Growth at X Consultants, he's here to discuss the need to expand core employee skills as well as how increased skills will lead to less job hopping and higher employee retention. John Faneka, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, John. Very nice to have you with us. Let me ask you this now. You launched this thing called the Ex-Consultants Academy. It's a 4-day management consulting style training program. You end up developing 7 courses ranging from advanced Excel to data visualization to issue mapping and whatnot. What is the overriding goal? When somebody goes through this course, what will they be able to walk out with and say, I got it?
Sure. So the context for this course is many of our clients are really keen on hiring current or former management consultants from the likes of McKinsey or BCG or Bain. And the reason that they do that, one of the main reasons is that they come to the firm with this, with what we call the consulting skills toolbox. You have these really advanced capabilities of structured problem solving, very polished communication, and strong analytics. So this program is designed for more junior folks, probably from the sort of senior analyst up to sort of a junior manager in a consulting role that have some of those skills, but need to really sort of turbocharge to get them to the next level.
Yeah, when we talk a lot about how we come out of school and we've got, we've been trained, for coding, or we've been trained, for a certain skill set, but those critical thinkings, and communication and problem solving skills aren't necessarily being taught, especially in the tech world, right? And people with computer skills and in the technical side of it and technology. And so how is it that they're actually, at what point in their career do they discover, okay, I'm missing these very critical thinking skills and communication skills? Is it early on? Do they recognize it right away, or is it much later on down in their process, John?
Well, you see it pretty much throughout professional development, right? So someone just joining the workforce from college, they'll obviously have a steeper learning curve. So you'll see that they're either able to produce the output that's expected, but it takes them a lot longer to do it. And there's errors, or the quality is not great, right? So then you need more senior folks that take some of their time to either correct the work themselves and or train the more junior resource. And what we found is that doesn't often happen very often. So typically, there isn't a lot of time for direct training, and many companies, especially smaller companies, don't have formal training programs. So it's kind of a vicious cycle.
Sure.
And that's what this academy aims to address.
So John, have you discovered, as you've rolled this academy out and people are going through it, have you discovered that there's one overriding skill or skill set that seems to be skipped more than any other? Is there one thing that the people that are turning out into the workforce today are missing?
I think probably the one that is the most difficult to master is what we call issue mapping. It's a structured approach to problem solving, right? And the reason that's so critical to any business is you need to know where to start when you're facing a complex challenge. And many times people sort of jump in to whatever analysis that they're trying to do without first identifying what are the key questions that they need to answer, and what are the hypotheses behind those that they need to then go test. So that structured approach to problem solving is truly critical.
So John, give us some contact information if people are interested in this event that's going on in August. How do they get involved?
Yeah, so one great way is to visit our website. It's exconsultantsacademy.com. So it's exconsultantsacademy.com. Another great way is you can also give us a call. Our phone number is 310-573-8255. 8878, extension 729.
Give that phone number one more time, please, John.
Sure. That's 310-573-8878, extension 729.
There you go.
Very nice. Well, congratulations. Good luck on the event that's going on. But yeah, it's definitely a necessary piece that is missing from our workforce today.
John,
all right, John,
thanks so much for the call, man. We appreciate you.
Great, thank you.
All right, you betcha. Folks, if you checked out experienceprosdeals.com, oh boy. This week we're featuring Ostrich Baskets and Custom Gifts. There is an executive deal going on right now. If you like to say thank you to the people who patronize your business, the people that give your, you serve them all year long, and they give you their money for your service. You want to say thank you? Do it with style. The Ostrich Basket Executive Basket comes with, get this, a 10 by 13 customized bamboo cutting board, customized bow, ribbon, and greeting card, two-piece drinkware like champagne flutes, right? Or stemless wine glasses, 7 ounces of top brand name chocolate, another brand name gourmet chocolate bar, Russell Stover assorted chocolate sample, 3-piece Ferrero Rocher. You like that? Mm-hmm. Mountain Jam preserves, Mountain Jam sampler jars, gourmet cheese, another gourmet cheese, crackers, sparkling cider, summer sausage, a leatherette padfolio, metallic silver pen and pencil set in a velvet box, and get this, a petting zoo bright eyes stuffed animal wildlife figurine. Oh yeah.
You've got to just check out these custom gift baskets at experienceprosdeals.com.
Half off.
Half off from Ostrich Baskets.
We'll be back with more positive business talk right after these messages. experienceprosdeals.com.
You're listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, America's home for positive business talk.
Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no further than experiencepros.com. Wondering what we can do for you? Ask any of our members, or better yet, call our office today and speak with one of our visibility experts. 720-344-2446. That's 720-344-2446. Hey everyone, it's Eric. We're currently in a news break, but you can check out all the resources Experience Pros has to offer by visiting experiencepros.com. There you'll find the Extreme Customer Service Directory, information about our membership community, leads groups, networking events, and so much more. Are you looking to increase visibility for your small business? Look no...
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I want to thank all my listeners on 1690 AM, that's KDMT Money Talk. I want to tell my listeners how much I appreciate you listening, but I also want to tell you, be prepared for the biggest stock market crash ever in 2016. Join my gang where this time, for the first time, you're going to make money when the market goes down. Join my gang, Phil's Gang.
Phil's Gang with Phil Grandy, weekday afternoons at 1 on Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
These days, people send their children to college to learn a trade that no one in the family has done before. They move away, they work for someone who doesn't love them, and then they trade their infinitely valuable time for a little bit of someone else's money. The old plan was to get a job but lay aside each month and later start a family business. As the owner, you leverage the time of others and earn off hundreds of man-hours per day. It's called financial leverage. At Tradeway, we teach you to start a family business by trading stocks. The added benefit is that each generation teaches the next and builds on these skill sets, and your children have the competitive advantage of experience. That's a great plan for potentially creating generational wealth.
Coming to the Embassy Suites Denver Tech Center July 8th and 9th. Only $99.95 for your entire household, plus a free ticket for a friend and a full money-back guarantee. To register, call 877-907-TRADE. That's 877-907-8723. Or go to Tradeway.com. That's Tradeway.com.
In the summer, it's hot in the upstairs bedrooms most of the day. My office is up there, man, and it's sweltering. So we use one of those big fans in the evening, but it pulls in too much dust and pollen. My allergies are going crazy. So my AC is running constantly, and the only cool place in the house is the basement. My wife's starting insisting we buy a new air conditioner, and that's when I called the people at Air Swap.
Air Swap showed me my furnace and air conditioner are the right size for my house, and my air conditioner was working just fine. They adjusted the ductwork, created stronger airflow to distribute all that cool air in the basement, and this even helped us save electricity. The house is more comfortable in the winter, too. They reduced the big temperature difference between the floors, and now the upstairs is comfortable during the day and early evening. Yeah, I'd call Air Swap. 303-761-0729. 303-761-0729. And you can check them out on the web at air-swap.com. Air-swap.com. That's 303-761-0729 or air-swap.com. Yeah, I'm really glad I called Air Swap.
Two of the greatest concerns that most Americans have, especially as they grow older, are their health and their financial well-being. America's Wellness Clinic is dedicated to providing sensible healthcare solutions and practical wealth-building strategies. Medicare's annual wellness visit is the flagship of the clinic's health-related services. They pay 100% for the visit with zero copay. America's Wellness Clinic also offers Beamer technology, an application that boosts circulation, regenerative abilities for injuries, and increases mental acuity. And America's Wellness Clinic provides a simple test that reveals which prescription drugs will work best for you. And what about your financial well-being? America's Wellness Clinic provides continuous seminars and information about reverse mortgages, insurance, tax and estate planning, long-term care, housing transitions, and alternative investments. Let America's Wellness Clinic provide you with sensible health and wealth solutions. Call 303-985-4604 or visit them online at americaswellnessclinic.com.
If you own a small business, you know that bookkeeping is tedious, and frankly, it's not how you want to spend your time. Let Winter Mountains Bookkeeping and Tax step in and customize a plan to fit your company's needs. Whether it's payroll use, sales and withholding taxes, financial statements, or banking, Winter Mountains Bookkeeping and Tax will free you up to focus on growing your business. Ask about their offer for free tax prep for next year, too. Call Winter Mountains Bookkeeping and Tax at 720-998-1830 or visit wintermountainstax.com. That's 720-998-1830. Winter Mountains Bookkeeping and Taxes done right.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a business revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin story of great customer service by using the hashtag FanBrag or calling the Fan Braggin hotline at 855-FAN-BRAG, FANBRAG. Now back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. We do appreciate you for tuning in. Guess who just walked into the studio? Jeff Fox Notworthy.
No.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
And he brought a list.
No, he didn't.
Yep.
Oh, Jeff, go home.
Hey there, little girl. Why you don't like what we're about to do?
All right. Protect your ears, people.
Come on now.
All right, you want to know we're okay, all right.
Jeff Fox Notworthy's ready to give you a list.
10 signs your employees don't give a dang about the goals that you have set for them.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead, Jeff.
Well,
do I read it? Should I read it? How do you want to do? How do you want to do this,
like
Mr. Notworthy?
If your employees miss their goals, they might not give a dang.
If they're missing their goals, even after you've stressed how important the goals are, and they miss them again, right? So they keep missing the goals, they may not give a dang. How about this one? Your employees didn't respond to your confidential survey because they really don't think you care about what they think.
You might have don't give a dang employees.
How about this? You know your employees can hit aggressive goals, but it's not happening at all anymore.
You mean you know that they're capable of it, but it's just not happening?
They used to hit them.
Jeff, what do you say? You might have don't give a dang employees.
With this, you hired a consultant to create a survey for your employees instead of walking around talking to them. And so your employees don't fill out. They don't complete the survey.
You You might have don't give a dang employees.
Your facility was ranked among the top region, your facility was ranked among the top region in your company for years. Now you're not in that ranking anymore, and no one is concerned about it.
You might have don't give a dang employees.
Your supervisors either don't know what's up or they aren't comfortable telling you what it is. Either way, communication isn't happening.
You might have don't give a dang employees.
You called an all-hands meeting to tell your employees what they already know, right? That you care a lot about hitting targets. They didn't hit their targets, and they don't show up for your all-hands meeting.
You have a big problem.
Even with the knowledge of a losing streak, let's see, your employees haven't perked up. So actually it just says your employees haven't perked up.
When you hate your job, losing your job is not a scary proposition. You have burnt out employees.
Right? They might not mind. They don't mind getting fired and collecting unemployment.
Ooh, you have a parasite.
As the regional COO, you have no idea what's working for your company, and you can't get your employees to talk to you.
You might have don't give a dang employees.
And the trust level in your organization is gone.
You've lost that love and feeling.
All right, so those are signs that your employees just don't care. But if we turn it around, right, and look at what is going on, right? You've had a great run. Your business was hitting your targets every quarter. You were always ranking in the top, for your production, but you started to see a slump in production.
Yeah.
What is happening?
What is happening?
Right? And a lot of times it's the goals that you are setting for your staff. They don't care anymore. And here's the thing. You miss too many targets. We see that the staff can do, okay, we hit our goal, we hit this.
You're capable
right?
of it. We know that you can.
And so what ends up happening, though, from the top level, like, okay, you guys hit that, now we're going to double it. We're going to do that again. And it never is lower.
It never goes down.
It never goes down. It always gets higher. And the urgency always seems to be increasing. And as a staff, we end up getting burnt out. Yes, we can do it. And yes, we've done it. But that level of sustainability, right, isn't effective.
Well, hold on for a second, though. Yes, we pay you to do it. And so that level of sustainability should be. Now, if it's constantly going up and you're expecting they expect you to do more and more and more, I think that is where we need to bring in a conversation about either hiring new employees or bringing in some infrastructure that supports the efforts. But if your employees have shifted to the I don't give a dang, then how do you get them out of it? Well, I believe you have to get buy-in to your story. You got to get buy-in to the culture, the reason why. Why did you get this job in the first place? If it's just to collect a paycheck, you become the weakest link. Goodbye. Seriously. Because if you're not doing the job, why should I continue to pay for your lack of effort and or interest?
Right.
But if you are willing to do the job and you just need a pep rally and a reissuing of the cultural statement that says this is why we do what we do, then employers ought to get on that right now and give that pep rally.
Right. Well, if they don't care about the goals anymore, you are going to have to soften. You're going to have to start listening to the team. They're not going to respond to your surveys, right? It's a highly insulting way, they say, to poll teammates who sit around all day and speak the same language you do. So this is one of those, you have to put down the bullying tactics, put down the goals, and let's talk. Let's have a conversation.
Hiring a consultant to fix your attitude problem internally is probably a non-starter.
Right, you're right. And it's not an employee issue. It's really a leadership crisis.
I agree with this.
According to Liz Ryan, she says it has nothing to do with your employees' output or their capability. It's an energetic logjam standing between your capable teammates and the goals you want them to hit. If they don't care about your goals anymore, you're going to have to soften. You can't bluster and bully your way to making your employees care, and neither can any other manager on earth. And these were some pretty non-subtle, right, issues that they're having. And so when you see that is going on, stop, drop, and listen, right?
Yeah.
Stop, look, and listen.
Hey, it turns out that we were wrong.
We were wrong
when it came to hiring in the tech field and other high-paying jobs. You used to think that you needed to specialize. Go to a technical institute. Make sure that you get a technical degree. Make sure that you have, if you're a coder and you're going to the tech arena, you make sure that you code in several different languages and whatever. Guess what? One founder admits
that he was wrong.
He was wrong.
Right?
That actually what we should have done
was hired liberal arts students or graduates. Right? He says that philosophy and literature, all of that, he should have given those with a humanities degree a second look.
Mm-hmm.
Says, looking back at the tech teams that I built at my companies, it's evidence that the individuals with liberal arts degrees are by far the sharpest, best performing software developers and technology leaders.
They are more well-rounded. And I see it a lot. We talk about, and this is different than niche marketing your business, but we talk about, if you have a singularly focused educational process, then you lack some of the critical thinking that is developed across a broad range of education. And so I agree with this. Of course, full disclosure, I have a liberal arts education.
Well, he says a well-rounded liberal arts degree establishes a foundation for critical thinking, which is a self-learning machine.
Yep.
Right? He says there's all sorts of coding boot camps that you can add tech skills to your arsenal, right? He says we don't need qualified, formally trained engineers with university degrees. We need those with an English degree with some programming on the side to end up with better leaders. We'll create better leaders that way.
Now, listen, here's a word of warning. While college students concerned their degree won't get them a job, might breathe a sigh of relief on reading this particular article, they should know that other experts warn that this major in whatever inspires you advice can have real-world limitations. I made a joke about one of my friends whose daughter has an equine sciences, or is going to have an equine sciences degree. And I made the little joke saying, of course, she's going to take that equine sciences degree and manage your business when you get ready to retire. Yes, maybe, or maybe not. Who knows? But the equine sciences degree probably isn't going to help her in the business world.
You don't think so?
Maybe.
You don't think so? Well, what they're looking for now are more the critical thinking and communication skills. You can talk to a horse, you can talk to anybody.
That's possible.
Maybe even Eric.
You may find that horses are more communicative than Eric. Folks, we do have to take a quick break, but when we come back, there is more positive business talk ahead. You've come to expect it from the Experience Pros. Check out ExperienceProsDeals.com, and while you're there, check out ExperiencePros.com for the archives of this and every other broadcast that we do. We'll be back right after these messages.
America's home for positive business talk. You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show. Contact them on the web at ExperiencePros.com.
Denver's Money Talk, 1690 AM.
You keep wondering about refinancing options. You know rates are low, but don't know how to go about getting the best rate and best type of loan for your situation. What do you even need to get started? Wonder no more. Go to CherylAnswers.com. Cheryl of ALMC Mortgage has put together a checklist of what you need to know and frequently asked questions when it comes to your mortgage. Get answers. Go to CherylAnswers.com. CherylAnswers.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
You've heard of the show Shark Tank, but you need to be aware of the real sharks out there. To grow your business, you need money yesterday, but the banks aren't helping. Hard money lending is the answer, but look out. There are sharks in the water. Attorney and CPA Steve Replin will help you navigate the waters, avoid the sharks, and best of all, get you the money. Avoid the chum. Check out hardmoneycoaching.com. 303-322-7919. That's 303-322-7919.
In the summer, it's hot in the upstairs bedrooms most of the day. Our office is up there and it's sweltering. We've used one of those big fans in the evening, but it pulls in too much dust and pollen. The AC ran constantly, yet the only cool place in the house is the basement. My husband started insisting we buy a new air conditioner, and that's when I called the people at Air Swap. Air Swap showed me my furnace and air conditioner are the right size for my house, and my air conditioner was working just fine. They adjusted our ductwork, created stronger airflow to distribute all that cool air in the basement, and this even helped us save electricity. The house is more comfortable in the winter as well. They reduced the big temperature difference between the floors, and now the upstairs is comfortable during the day and early evening. Call them at 303-761-0729, on the web at air-swap.com, 303-761-0729, or air-swap.com.
Hi, this is Master Gunnery Sergeant Jeff Cooper. I also am a listener to 710 KNUS. After my wife and I survived a near-death head-on motorcycle crash, we called attorney Jeremy Cave for help. He worked day and night to get us what we were entitled to. Unlike a lot of attorneys today, Jeremy Cave makes house calls. He's been there for us every step of the way. Jeremy understands that many of you folks who listen to this station prefer to have a lawyer who sees things from your point of view. Well, I certainly do. I think it's time to put the personal back into handling personal injury. For more information, visit cavelawyer.com. Again, that's cavelawyer.com.
Jeremy Cave only gets paid when you do. Call Cave Law now for a free at-home consultation. 720-213-3737. If you're injured in an accident, call 720-213-3737. Or check out the brand new website, cavelawyer.com. That's cavelawyer.com. Personal and caring service from Cave Law. Call Jeremy today, 720-213-3737.
What's for dinner?
You're exhausted after a long day at work and a heck of a commute. The last thing you want to do is cook a meal. You need Chef Curry's Cuisine. Chef Curry's Cuisine can make family dinner fun again by preparing home-cooked meals by a local Denver chef. Chef Curry will do the shopping, cook 2 weeks of Monday through Friday dinners, provide the packaging and cleanup too. All of Chef Curry's meals are made with the freshest ingredients, and you get to choose them from a large variety of proteins and sides. So, next time you hear,
"What's for dinner?"
you can say Chef Curry's Cuisine. No more hassles, just healthy, fresh meals for you to enjoy. Visit chefcurryscuisine.com and get details on weekly menus, along with brand new catering options for your private parties or office functions. Or call 720-404-2798. That's 720-404-2798. Go on, add some spice to your meals. Start with Chef Curry's Cuisine.
As the school year draws to a close, so many parents are wondering how they will help their kids occupy their time without the influence of TV, video games, and the internet. This year, consider Chile, Colorado Camps for your child or teen. Located close to home in Estes Park, Chile, Colorado Camps believes that every summer in a young person's life is a window of opportunity. An opportunity to provide meaningful experiences that will nourish their body and spirit. An opportunity to put aside the competitive demands of school and sports. Chile, Colorado Camps will take the time to make sure your child or teen slows down and explores the world around them. At Chile, Colorado Camps, your child or teen will go hiking, horseback riding, backpacking, whitewater rafting, and so much more. What better way to discover new strengths without outside pressures or expectations than to get out of the city and come camp at Chile, Colorado Camps? For more information or to sign up for camp this year, visit Chile.com. Again, that's Chile.com. This is the Experience Pros Radio Show. Got an opinion or want to ask us a question? Email radio@experiencepros.com or message us on the Experience Pros Facebook page, and we'll interact with you live on the show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric, where we do appreciate you for tuning in and being a part of our reason why. Saw an interesting post that came across the Facebook over the weekend, and I thought I would share it with our listeners because it really taps into the very essence of what we try to accomplish every day here on the Experience Pros Radio Show. The meme that I saw says simply this: behind every successful person are the ones who believed in them. Now think about that for just a minute. You know, there's always the funny ones. You know, behind every successful man is the woman who made it possible. Agree with that. Lots of those things. But think about this statement for just a minute. Where would you be if you didn't have those in many cases, invisible cheerleaders. You're visible to you, but invisible to the masses, cheering you on and saying, "You can do this. I believe in you." Those 4 words, quite possibly the most powerful words that exist out there.
One of the earlier, before Eric and I were radio, we were in customer service, and we were hired to do a
secret shop.
Secret shop, right? He says, my staff, I don't think is getting the customer service thing. Can you secret shop them for me? And so we secret shopped this store, and it was quite possibly up to that day, and still is to this day, the worst experience I've ever received as a customer.
It turns out his problem was much bigger than he thought.
Right? The place was dirty. The people were dirty. The people were apathetic. They were rude. I mean, it was just one thing after another. Came back and thought they must have just had an off day, right? Because nobody can be that bad and still be in business.
Give them a couple of weeks, come back and check again.
Just as bad.
Wow.
Right? So now I'm thinking, is this particular industry? Maybe this industry. This is how it is in this industry. And so did a directory search to find out, okay, where is there another one, in the area? And walked into a store that was super clean. Everything was spotless and clean.
Yeah.
Greeted by a super friendly man who, was just very caring. He was compassionate. I mean, it was 180 degrees from what we had experienced.
Yes.
Plus, it was one of the best customer service experience I had ever received.
To the point that as a result of that experience, we ended up creating the whole concept of fan bragging and of the customer service awards.
The very first ever. So when we talk about Fan Braggin' Friday, this is where it began. This gentleman, his name was Ron Skinner, and he owned an ink remanufacturing franchise.
Correct.
And we were so overwhelmed, and we thought we should do something nice for him.
Yep.
But weeks went by, we're busy, we're doing our own thing. And one day we're at the office supply store, and right there at the checkout was just some blank, print yourself certificates.
Sure.
And I thought, well, let's give him the Extreme Customer Service Award.
You bet.
And it was our first ever. Went back to the office, printed it, just a one-off. We invented the Extreme Customer Service Award, and went back to this gentleman who didn't know who we were, didn't know why we were there.
No idea.
Right? And his regional manager happened to be there when it was just all the stuff that you think is coincidence.
Yeah.
Right? Just happened, like random. Why is it this day? It had been weeks since we had been in there. Why this day were we there? And presented him with our first ever Extreme Customer Service Award, which to this day, we now have the Extreme Customer Service Directory.
Correct.
We have Fan Braggin' Friday. We have Fan Braggin' Every Day. Right. All of this started from really the input this man that he had, the impact that this man had on our world when it came to offering customer service. And unfortunately, we lost our friend Ron Skinner several years ago. And we now, at our Fan Braggin' Gala, are able to give out the Ron Skinner Award, which is our Community Impact Award in his name.
He had an impact on us because he formed the final piece, if you will, to what you hear now, positive business talk. You listen to this over major market radio and you think, well, there's 3 hours of an opportunity to hear something positive. You never hear a negative word on the Experience Pros radio show. And the reason for it is because positivity is a choice, and we choose to do that. Well, Ron Skinner had a large part of that, and we invite you to have a large part of moving forward. If you'd like to know more about how we do what we do, why we do what we do, and how it affects small business across the country, I invite you. Take a moment out of your day and either call our phone number 720-344-2446. Again, 720-344-2446. Or drop us a note at radio@experiencepros.com. And let's see how we can't make an impact in your community. Whether you're in Florida or Kansas or Tennessee or Washington or California or right here in our home state of Colorado, if you have an interest in making a positive impact in your community. This isn't a sales pitch. I'm not interested in selling you anything. I'm interested in partnering with you. We are interested in partnering with you to raise the bar of positivity in the small business arena.
You know, one of my favorite things Ron used to do is we used to host Fan Braggin Friday. It was only on Fridays. Of course, now you can fan brag every day.
Yeah.
But on Fridays, he would call up every single Friday without fail. And he had one of the most contagious laughs of anybody we knew. Right? And he was just one of those people that you just felt better after being in his presence.
Yeah.
He was such a giver. He was such a kind, he was just such a kind person. And then I used to tease that if anything would ever happen to my husband, Jay, that I was going to be the future Mrs. Ron
Yes, you
Skinner.
did.
I mean, he just had such a tremendous impact on our business and on our lives. And I think when you take care of people, when you pour into people, you leave a legacy. You leave behind something that matters, and it doesn't have anything to do with a transaction. And it isn't always about what's in it for me. Yeah. He went through some challenges with the franchise, and so he started his own delivery service company, and he was the funniest man. He called it the Old Goat Delivery Service. And he says, as long as it's not too far and it's not too heavy, because I get lost and I have a bad back. And we kept him busy. His fans, his friends kept him busy, just delivering papers to places. And can you take this? Can you pick this up? Can you go get this for me?
So we dedicate these last 3 hours and the next 300 hours of the Experience Pros radio show to our friend who we lost, Ron Skinner, and his contagious reason why. On behalf of Bill, our producer, and Angel and myself and all the people that make the Experience Pros radio show happen every single day, we do want to say thank you for tuning in. This is home of positive business talk, and that means that you get a choice, and we want you to participate. Do something intentional today. Take a step out of your comfort zone. Give us a call at 720-344-2446, or leave a fan brag about somebody in your community, and we'll make sure that they're recognized as well. 855-FAN-BRAG. We'll see you tomorrow, folks.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business. This is the Experience Pros radio show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact the Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or contact them on the web at experiencepros.com or on Facebook and Twitter at Experience Pros. If your customers love you, we want to know you. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
KDMT Arvada, Denver. We're all about money.